Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to In Your Ear Radio After Dark. Long time no see. I'll give y'all a minute to hop on. I know it's Saturday and in Vegas it's popping. It's nice and warm outside. The pandemic over, I suppose. So I'll give y'all a chance to get it together. I've already shared the video to our group. I hope you guys are doing good out there. It's going down. No, it's going down today. We're gonna have a good time. For those of you who are somewhat posted up and want to chat about what's been going on in the world, it's going down. I just want to let you know that. So I'll give you guys a chance to hop on. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you for joining us on Facebook and YouTube at In Your Ear Radio. I am your host, Latoya, aka Miss Toya, and I will be joined by some of my day ones. We got a crew, but two of them will be with us today, this evening, and I'm excited to chat and chop it up with them because this is where we get to talk about things we haven't had a chance to talk about either. So I haven't talked about these subject matters, per se with them either. So it's going down. So thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to have your drink ready. I got my drink and my two stuff. I've been listening to some Sirius XM Fly, and they just been jamming. Homeboy, I came to party. Yo, girl was looking at me. So, I'm feeling myself right now. That was my jam back in the day. I remember being in the club listening to that, So that's what's up. So again, thanks for joining. But listen, while y'all get all warmed up, I'm going to let you know already. I'm already warm, okay? Okay? I'm already warm. I'm just sitting up here thinking with everything that's been going on in the world, I just sit up here and I think like, what in the entire world happened, like with the beginning of time, because we all came through a woman, right? Where did it happen? Where women became the minority? Women became the weakest. Women had to be submissive to a man. Like we've had to fight for our rights to vote in this country and in the world. This is worldwide. We've been oppressed for a minute. I want to say centuries. We brought forth life. We push 5, 7, 9, 10-pound babies out, feed them from our bodies. We do so many things on top of that. And we still have to fight for equality. We have to ask men to respect us. The people that we brought here, that we dropped off. You plant a seed, that seed was dropped off in the soil by me, a woman, the mother of the earth. Like, what in the entire world is going on? Like, I tried to do the knowledge on when did we just give up power? When did we just give up our right to be, equal? I'm not even saying reign over men, be in control, but what the hell is going on when we're in a world where we have to ask people what we can do with our bodies? What's going on? When did this happen? I remember the story of Bloody Mary. She was chopping off heads. Y'all remember that? And then I did the knowledge because it's like, I know history teaches me that we did run the world in some points in life. So when I look back and I reflect on it, I did the knowledge on when women were ruling. And I just did a glimpse. I'm gonna have to sit down and do a real thorough history, study to really understand. But we really reigned before Christ. Like the majority of the women who ran around ruling the world globally was before Christ. And then after Christ, we were still reigning, like ruling, making decisions. You know what I'm saying? Making decisions and, taking care of the people who respected us to lead them, after Christ. But it started to shrink after that, right? It started to shrink after that. And then I'm looking in the 16th, 17th century. We were still around. It was like a handful. We were still in here. We were still running stuff, but not like we were before Christ. And I think that's food for thought. Just to, I'm gonna put a pin in that because we got a lot to talk about tonight. And so I thought about that, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I think that has a lot to do with it when I think about Christianity and how we were mostly running stuff before Christianity came into effect, right? And then in the 16th, 17th, 18th century, we were still in prominent positions telling people what to do, and people respected us in authority. Then in the 19th century, it really started to shrink, right? It really started to shrink. We were still around, but it was really, really shrinking. And I just thought that was really interesting. So I'm just like, what is going on? And then when you think about it more and more, I consider the fact that my grandmother didn't have rights to credit and be a homeowner without her husband's permission until the 70s. So this is in my lifetime. I had to go ask somebody to be a homeowner. Like, this is some real stuff here, you guys. Voting, white women had that right in the 1920s. They got that right in the 1920s. The ones who brought y'all here, they had to ask y'all for the right to vote and make decisions on their life and the future and whatever happens in the world that they live in. And then, of course, for people of color, women, along with men, it was what? In the 60s that we got our rights to vote. So, that's my rant right now. What we're going to be talking about today. We got a whole lot to talk about, but I'm definitely going to bring my crew in. I got my day one crew with me. Since it's Mother's Day weekend, and ladies first, I'm going to bring in Miss Trish and welcome her first. How you doing, Miss Trish?
Hey, welcome. Thank you.
You ready?
Listen, I just got back from the Lee's Liquor Tequila and Beer tasting.
Oh,
So I'm a little,
okay,
feeling
you
I'm
ready?
feeling nice.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All
But I'm
right,
here.
well, welcome. So happy that you're here. We got a lot to talk about, and I just had to get my little rant off top. If you ain't hear me, I'm just saying, how did men have this power over women, and how are they still telling us what to do when we brought their asses here? Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Listen.
Somebody tweet that, and of course, you know what I'm saying. It's a bit much. I'm just trying to make sense out of it. But I also want to bring in, my other day one of my faves, to add into the conversation, a man, of course, because I'm sure he has another perspective as well. We all three of us, none of us really have the same opinion about everything. And that's what I love about it, right? Because that's how we come to an understanding, and it opens our eyes and minds more. So I appreciate that as well. So let me just bring in Mr. Banks and just welcome him. Woo-hoo!
What's happening?
How you doing?
Cooler than a motherfucking fan. Cooler than a motherfucking fan.
Oh, that's what's
Keep it
up.
light.
I see you over there. I
Trying to
like
keep it
your
light.
shirt too. That black and gold is nice there.
Yes, it's a good vibes.
Yeah, good
Okay.
vibes. It's all
Yeah,
good vibes. It's always got to be good vibes
yeah.
here. But you heard me over here
I'm in the
ranting and raving, right?
chocolate. Yeah, that's dope right there. I like that. I like that.
Okay.
I got since I'm in the presence of stars, I gotta keep my people peepers on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Shining bright like a diamond. I heard you got Adam shades on over here because it's bright, baby. You right
for
about that.
sure,
You
for
right
sure.
about that.
How y'all
That's
doing though? Happy Mother's Day.
thank
Thank
you. Happy
you.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. Father's Day coming up too. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
heard your question at the beginning, your introductory question. That's a cold conversation for me to walk in like that. But since I am confident and I was raised with a village of strong women, I think I'll be able to hold it down for the men over here.
Yeah,
The
that's
real
what's up.
men, though, the real men who could put aside their ego, make it
Mm.
do what it do.
Yeah, say that louder for the people in the back, the real man. So when you
Yeah.
say real man, let's just go ahead and pick that apart right now. What does that mean when you say real man?
Well, first of all, a real man, a real man knows he's nothing without a woman. A real man acknowledges he came from a woman. So how can you discredit or disregard something or someone that brought you into existence? It's like it don't make sense to me as a person and as a man's man. So they say. But I don't know. I just don't get their I don't get their logic. But for me, I was raised to be tough, to be strong. And it's about timing also. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's time to be the rider and sometimes it's time to be the passenger. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's time to drive. So and I was taught that by men and women. So that's the dope part about it though.
That's wisdom. That's wisdom. And that comes from everywhere. Like you said, men and women. If you know
Yeah.
better, you do better. And if you wise, you'll listen to those who are telling you the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Mother's Day is special to me anytime it comes around. As we say, Mother's Day is every day, but Mother's Day is special to me because it's a time to reflect, right? We just think about those who, I don't even think about myself so much as I think about other women. I look at so many other women. I gave birth to one child, but there are so many women out there. They pumped a lot of babies out and was able to feed them and take care of them and raise them. I'm like,
Right.
just bless you for being able to maintain mentally and get these kids, out the house safely. It's a lot of work to raise kids. So when I reflect
Yeah.
on mothers, I just think about those who, you know, gave me wisdom and taught me and the things that I learned from all the women around me, not just from my mom, who I love very much, but just women all around us, that just, you know, gave that maternal love. So, I just think it's a very special time to reflect. And I appreciate, having this time to do so. Miss Trish, what you doing for Mother's Day?
You know what? Contrary to popular belief, I am not one of those mothers who want to spend a lot of time with their kids on Mother's Day and love on them. And
Bless you.
I want them motherfuckers to leave me alone. And I like to leave
Right.
the house. I
Yeah.
like to be by myself. I like to pamper myself, self care, go get me a pedicure, massage, whatever. Meet up with other moms who need a motherfucking break, and come back later in the evening time, and then be with my family. But I'm with y'all all the time. I need a break. That is my gift
Yeah.
to
That's
me.
right.
So I know that sounds crazy, and I know a lot of people may not, agree or whatever. But I quite honestly think that not a lot of moms are bold enough to say that. But I just want them to leave me the fuck alone, and then I'll be with them later. So I
Right.
just want to be by myself tomorrow.
No, I get that. I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I don't see how anybody can be mad about that.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, I am not mad at you at all about that. Shout out to Daryl, who's watching on YouTube. Is it? I just Something just happened with the screen. It just threw me off. So y'all forgive me. Okay, he was responding. Let me get my 4 eyes together. Responding, he said Corinthians 11:3.
Yeah.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and that the head of every the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Okay, the
I
head
think
of the
that's
woman is the
wonderful.
man.
But if a woman is not with a man where Christ is the head of him, you got to reevaluate that in the
Yeah,
direction and everything. So, not all the time can a woman be
yeah,
submissive to everybody.
yeah. No, and I hate that word. I hate when people use the term submissive because I just feel like it's a trigger word. Like it sounds too much like slavery to me. Don't be talking about just say you want a woman to respect a man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of women that are in relationships that don't respect their man's opinion, don't respect their, whatever it is, whatever plans they have for the household. When they tell them, do this or ask them to do certain things, they don't respect them as a man. But I don't think it's necessarily being submissive to actually respect the man that you love, that you chose to be the father of your children or to be in the household with you. But that submissive stuff sounds like you got on a chain and a balls. I don't know. I'm not with
I
the
think
submissive. Never did like it.
me personally, I never looked at it like submissive as in whatever you wish. You know what I mean? Like they said
Yeah.
on Coming to America.
Whatever you like.
Yeah, yeah, whatever you like. Shit,
Whatever.
I don't want to stand there
Wink,
and hop
wink.
on one leg. But to me, it's like it's an agreement, and just keeping your agreement, and it's about everybody bringing their opinions to the table. If you have research, bring it to the table. But I think it'd be very foolish for me to say, "Hey, since I'm the man and you getting a bigger income tax check this year, I'm gonna take your income tax check and go get a lotto ticket," and she's just supposed to get it to me. Nah,
Hmm.
that to me that doesn't make sense. You know,
No, no, I agree. I agree.
and vice
Yeah,
versa, vice versa. So, like I said, I just think it's a matter of agreement.
yeah, I
What makes sense, what's for the greater good, because
agree.
it's
Mhm.
not just about me, it's not just about her, and especially if you got kids together, you got mutual interests together, you have investments together, you got to consider all those
Mhm.
factors.
I agree. I agree. You ain't said nothing wrong yet. So yeah, Mother's Day is just a day to just reflect and just appreciate. And I know a lot of men, probably don't get credit for, like they should for Father's Day. But I think we parents year round, women and men, and we should all be respected and loved for just the sacrifice that we make and the selflessness that we put into our children. And we should be celebrated at certain times of the year, just to remind people. But I just want to say this to all the mothers. You are a good mom. Okay, them kids just
You
bad.
you can't say that to all the mothers, because all mothers are not good mothers. They're not, and I'm sorry. I'm all mothers are not good mothers, but to the ones that are good, you right. They
Listen,
not. It's some fucked up moms out there who
What
really
she
fucked
said.
up some
Yeah,
people.
what she
so I'm
said.
gonna rephrase, but I also want you guys that are in the chat and my day one crew. Remember, we need a drink word for tonight too. We're gonna be sipping
Oh,
on that.
We need
So I'm
a
gonna
we
go
need
ahead
a
and sip
what?
on Mother's Day. Okay, pinkies up.
We need a what tonight?
wait.
A drink word. We hit a
How
drink
you
word to
drink?
sip off of.
I
You know
thought we
how
was
we do.
toasting or something. I thought we was toasting or something. What you
We
doing?
should. Okay, y'all want to toast? Y'all want to go ahead and toast?
Yeah,
Let's
you do the toast.
Let's toast to the good
Me?
mothers.
To the good mothers. Yeah, I like
The
that.
good mothers. Here's to
There you
all
go.
the good mothers out there. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. And as I was saying, to all the good mothers, you're good mothers. Them kids just bad.
They
They
bad.
probably get it from their daddy. Okay. But before we move on, I just want to ask y'all, because I heard some conversations going on. People were asking, like, how do women feel about men reaching out to their kids' mom, about Mother's Day, texting them or giving them cards or gifts on Mother's Day, even though they're not together no more and they're in a new relationship. How do y'all feel
Yeah.
about that?
What you wait. You said so a father of the children giving
Yeah.
the mother a Mother's Day card.
Yeah.
Um, from the kids or from him?
From him. So if the father's texting the baby mama,
Mhm.
Happy Mother's Day, or sending her flowers, or giving her a gift
Flowers.
card.
I don't know about the
Show his
flowers, but
appreciation.
I think a card is good if she is a good mother and she is taking care of the children and doing her thing. And the woman that he is with should understand that, because she knows what that woman does. Flowers, that's a bit much.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't have any. My husband don't have no baby mamas, but I can only imagine that I would
Right.
not
How
be
you would
okay
feel.
with. I would not be okay with him sending another
Yeah.
woman flowers on Mother's Day. Mm-mm. Maybe from the kid, but not from him. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I agree. I think that on both sides, I think that parents should teach their kids to acknowledge their parents and appreciate them. So if you have kids in the house, like, hey, make sure you get your mom a card, make sure you get your dad a card, get your mom a gift. I think you need to teach them to respect their parents and appreciate them. I'm not real big on the dads reaching out, because that's not your mom. Don't say that. But listen. But if y'all on good terms, everybody's happy, like everybody's on good terms,
Yeah.
then I don't have a problem with it. But sometimes it's like, I can see in some people's relationship, it's just a way for them to, open up the door. You know what I'm saying? So it might not be a healthy thing to do in some situations. I don't think it's always honest. All right, what you got to say?
We waiting on your answer.
Okay, over there laughing.
Well, okay, for me, I'm a little different, right? Y'all know.
Okay.
I'm a little different. So I think it's really a matter of communication, because there's no communication, there's no understanding. And when I mean communication, I'm talking about this household first, right? We got to know what's happening between us and between them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and I also think it'll help if that bridge was built between the two, like the woman I'm with and baby mamas or whatever. If they had some type of relationship, a speaking relationship, an understanding, and then I feel like the household will be supportive of me, quote unquote, reaching out and just sending something uplifting, even if it's just a text. I think it would be I think she would be supportive of that if they had a good relationship, and she knew it was nothing extras, no code words, no hidden agendas, no ulterior motives or anything like that. And I think me on the other end, as a man, as a dealing with someone who has kids with someone else, I think I'll be able to respect it. Like I said, I think, right? So ask me when this bottle almost gone. Ask me how I feel. I think and I hope I'll be able to respect it. But also, let's rewind it back to when I said it begins with communication.
Yeah.
Now, I present, if I introduce these others as, if I demonize them to this woman, and I say, oh, I can't stand her, I hate her, this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. She keep my kids from me, and I don't want nothing good to come to her. But then now I want to text Happy Mother's Day. Then that'll look a little fishy. You know what I mean? Like, okay, somebody's smelling oysters around here. So,
Yeah.
and vice versa. If she tell me, oh man, I can't stand him, all he did was put his foot in my back pocket and this and that, and he ain't no good, and he jealous, and he trying to find out where he stays so we can put your tiles on flat,
Yeah.
it's gonna be an issue if she texting him. You know what I mean? So it's really about communication, being open, being honest, being able to trust one another. Because if
Yeah.
not, then of course it's gonna be a bunch of what you doing. You know, it's people gonna be, you're gonna create insecurities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying. And shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook that are in the chat. I see you, Brad. You said it's a party. It's a party. We need our drink word too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're working on the drink word for
I thought
tonight.
it was. Oh, I thought it was Good Mothers. No,
Did you have a suggestion?
I don't.
Okay, well, we got plenty of time. In your ear radio after dark, y'all know it's gonna be lit. Okay, Miss Trish is back on the scene.
Wow.
Okay, you gotta go get your
Listen,
tequila. What happened?
listen.
You got that Wi-Fi together?
I'm trying to get my life together.
Oh, I set up.
I
I
got
hear you. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
watch.
I'm good. I got my drink. What's the drink word?
Got your drink and your two step. Well, we're waiting for suggestions. We're still warming
Yeah.
up here, so you never know. Like I said, I opened up with the rant because just thinking about all this Supreme Court Rosie versus Wade shenanigans just really just rubbed me some type of way. Like this is just a bit much. And like I said, I'm thinking about how did men get in a position to be able to decide for us as women? Mind you, we brought y'all behinds here. How do you get to decide for us what we're going to do with our bodies, when we're going to vote, when we're going to drive? In some countries, women are just getting the right to drive a vehicle.
Let
Like,
me
I'm okay to
hold on.
carry your 9-pound baby.
Let me ask a question though regarding that. And it's, I'm not saying either way, because I do feel a way about that. I'm gonna get to that. But
Okay.
what if it was a panel of women that was making that decision? I don't think you would agree with that either, right?
A panel. I
When
don't think
history
a
did it,
panel of women would make that decision.
absolutely
No, what
not.
I'm saying is, but what if there was a panel of women and they may not even agree with y'all politically or socially, so or agree with your ethnicity? It might be a class issue. You see what I'm saying? Like, what if just put it out there? What if there was just a panel of white women that are saying, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is the law. Would
I think
y'all
you can
agree?
always find some women that to agree. Amy Coney is one of, what is it? Amy Coney. She's one of the ones that were appointed by Trump recently to be
Right.
on the Supreme Court, and she feels her way. She feels a way about abortion, and it's a lot of women that do feel a way about abortion. So, if, as a panel of women doing that, we wouldn't allow that. We
I
wouldn't allow
think we
that as
would
women.
like beat their ass. I saw a.
That's all I was saying when I said we didn't allow. I didn't want to just be violent, but that's what was going to happen.
Sometimes I just be violent. So I saw a meme that said, "He who hath not an uterus, excuse me, a uterus." I'm
Hey, how
sorry.
much tequila did you have?
Please blame it on the tequila. He who has not a uterus should shut the fucketh up, and that's in
Yeah, that's in
Philippians.
Corinthians.
It was in Philippians. They said
Philippians.
Somebody speaking
Fallopians.
out.
Fallopians.
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 Yeah. Okay. So look,
I don't think it would ever be a panel of women that
No uterus.
he who has not a uterus should not utter a motherfucking word. That's what she was trying to say.
How about that? And tweet that.
Listen, here's my thing. I think that it's really, really sad that if a woman does want to terminate a pregnancy, but the man does want the baby, unfortunately, she is the carrier of the child. And if she doesn't want it, she doesn't have to do that. So he should be more careful about who he impregnates. That's what I think. I think on the other hand, too, if a woman wants to keep the child and the man saying from jump, I don't want this child, I think he should be able to opt out and not have to pay child support for that child up front. I really do. And I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but I think that if it's in the first trimester, he should be able to opt out. And
I
then,
think I like that because you're giving power to both sides.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't have a
So
problem with that.
that's me. And she knows what she's getting into. You know that he doesn't want to be a part of this. So you know that this is you. This all you by yourself.
But they might play possum for the paper too.
What do you mean?
She might say that she might not even tell him she's pregnant. Perhaps she
Oh,
don't tell him.
after the
Perhaps
first trimester, if he didn't know, he's not responsible. Unless he
but,
wants to be. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
yeah. But I get it though. I get it.
I agree. Here's
It's
the
a lot
thing
of
though,
going with that,
women,
though.
we have so much responsibility, right? We don't want to have kids, so we have to, either take birth control. We expect a man to wear a condom. There's all different type of birth control methods, but men aren't really held responsible for preventing pregnancy. They're not taking any type of pill that's going to change the whole chemistry in their body and just change everything about them.
Yeah.
We are required to do that because it's our body that carries the baby. So
Mhm.
I don't think that, as much as, I can respect a man who loves his child and wants to see his child, brought into the world. You just got to choose the right woman,
Right.
and then it's not always about just not wanting a baby. Sometimes it could be that your body, it's either you or the baby. I know some people that have high blood pressure to where being pregnant could kill them.
Mhm.
Like they want kids. They want to be able
Yeah.
to carry a baby, but that could kill them. And then you have people who have high risk pregnancies. And then maybe you decided you wanted to carry your baby to term, but then along the way you find out that this baby's not going to survive outside the womb, or you could die again. So it's so
Right.
many different things that go into this decision, and we don't need the Supreme Court or individual states making this decision for us for our bodies.
Mhm.
How is this affecting you? How's what the hell I'm eating making you shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't catch anything from me being pregnant or me not being pregnant. So why is this an issue? Why are you so stuck on trying to tell me what to do with my body? But men can go get Viagra on their health insurance, and you trying to block women from having birth control.
Right.
Like you don't want us to have any access to not giving birth. Like you want us to go back to a time where we can just be barefoot and pregnant, sit in the house and wait on a man to bring a check to us.
Right.
I
People
also
talk
think
about,
it's more to that too. Also, just
you
in
think
my
it's more to
opinion,
it?
I think it's more to that. Also, I mean, if you want to look at genetics, and some people their genetics are just not as strong as others, right? Like my sister got a shirt that says chocolate or chocolate, and she speaks to the melanin, and
Yeah.
melanin is worth more than gold in real life. So melanin, that's genetics. They can't not that I know of, but they can't go in a laboratory and just like really recreate that.
Mhm.
We're built to be, we're built to survive, we're built to win, right?
Yeah.
And not everyone is built the same. And so they're trying to create a way to ensure that they can continue to reproduce no matter what, because they're not genetically strong enough to just continue to withstand this and that. And that's my opinion.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
my opinion.
I do think that the powers that be, which are mainly white men, and these white women, they
Yeah,
stand behind these white men, their husbands and their sons, ride or die. They will bite off their nose to spite their face. They will vote against
yeah,
their interests. You saw that over 50% of the white women voted for a man who would molest a woman,
yeah,
grown woman,
yeah.
and change his views on abortion just to get in the position to be able to win the presidency. So that's what it is, in that case. And then you think about white supremacy is real, want to be white supremacy, because nobody will ever be supreme over me. I talk about race, and I don't really respect race because I know the history of race and how it was brought about. But you think about these people who just want to see, a snow white country, and they worrying about the fact that they're becoming a minority and people of color are
That's
becoming
my
a
point.
minority.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
my
think
point.
that forcing women to have babies is going to change it. But
Mhm.
we can get real slick, and all these white women can just start swirling. You know what I'm saying? While y'all think y'all smart, y'all really
Oh,
stupid. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens when they swirl? Then you got another black baby. So I don't know if that's really the answer. And to be honest, if a person really doesn't want to have a baby, they're going to figure it out. Before Rose votes, I keep saying Rosie. I don't know why I want to say Rosie versus Wade. I didn't type it. I didn't send it in text. She Rosie to me, but I know it's Rose. You know what I'm saying? Roe versus Wade was in effect. There were a lot of women dying because they were going to these places, low key, women that didn't have money were going to these places and making a risking their lives to be able to make that decision for their body. And then, of course, the rich women, it's nothing to them. They got, doctors, affluent doctors that can take care of them. They can fly in
mhm.
and out of different places to handle their business, but it's always affecting those who are marginalized or just don't have the money, and that's what upsets me the most, because they always attacking us. But the money, all the profits that they make sitting in
Right.
these seats in Congress, Senate, in the Justice, is off of the majority who are not rich.
The crazy thing too with that is it's not just affecting us here in the United States. There are women
Right,
from other countries that
right,
have money that get in a situation and it's against the law in the country they're
Mhm.
from, and they come
yeah,
here, do their thing and go back home. It's going to affect that too. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
going to be
it's just
something else.
it's very frustrating. For those who may not know, Roe versus Wade went into effect in 1973. It was a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. The decision struck down many U.S. federal and state abortion laws, and this is important because it's just like with weed, marijuana now, or cannabis, as we say, the politically correct term, that federally it's not legal, so it's still a catch 22 to be able to legally sell weed in different states, right?
Mhm.
But
right.
the feds can come in at any time and just pull your card and say, oh yeah, you getting real rich, yeah, you sitting over there fat, you looking fluffy, I'm gonna go ahead and put you back into the enslavement on the 13th Amendment type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how messed up this whole freaking government is. So this is the
Yeah,
same thing with this abortion thing. So if they go ahead and say we're not going to protect this federally, because federally, if it's protected, these states can't tell you can't have an abortion. They can do these little things and say, oh, not at this many months and that many months, or blase blase. But federally, it's protected, so you can't lock me up, state by state. So now they want to take that away and let these states make decisions. So then
Mhm.
we go back to the voting thing. So you got people in positions that can make, change our lives, decide whether or not we can have an abortion or not. Like, what kind of shit is this? Like,
And that's why we need to vote. These people saying that voting doesn't matter, yes, the fuck it does.
right.
It
voting
does.
matters heavily. And just so y'all know, in Nevada, we have we have we're going to be voting June 14th is our date to vote, for a justice of Supreme Court, appeals court judge, district judge, justice of the peace, United States senators, representatives in Congress, the governor,
Hmm.
any
Yeah,
state
And
office
that's
or other
important,
government. Yes,
yeah,
the
very
governor, because
important.
it's some real bold motherfuckers out here going for governor.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
but I think we also have to remember, because of the way it was explained to me, also that when we look at voting, when we look at from the federal level all the way down to the city level, the city is just as important as the federal, because the city level is what determines who are the judges of these the juvenile courts, the family courts, the district courts, the civil courts. So like they have a lot of influence. They keep the penitentiaries packed. They control child support. They control custody, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then we got to look at who their donors are,
yeah.
and who's making donations to their campaign, because they're going to automatically side with certain unions. And yeah, it get real muddy. You know what I mean? So we definitely have to pay attention to every little bitty thing, like you were saying, Trish and Toya. The district courts,
Yeah.
the civil courts, the juvenile courts, family courts, the governors, the mayors, all that. We got to know who we dealing with,
Yeah.
and it ain't even party specific. You just got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know who has them on the payroll.
Hmm.
You
Right.
got to know who has your best interest at heart.
Hmm.
Listen,
That's very important.
And
for
you know what?
years.
I noticed too. We make demands, but we don't come. We make demands for our quote unquote vote, but
Mhm.
we don't make demands backed by dollars either, though. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I think if we had our money right, we can be in a better position to make those negotiations and say, okay, not only am I going to guarantee you 50,000 votes, but I'm also going to guarantee you $2 million towards your
Mhm.
campaign. You know,
Mhm.
they
That's
have
what
those type of
lobbyists do.
conversations. They may not disclose it to us, but we
Yeah.
know they have those type of conversations.
Yeah,
Right.
who
So,
said that? First you get the money,
yeah,
then you get the power,
yeah,
then you get the respect. Money,
yeah,
power, respect.
man, power to the
Right.
people, for real.
I mean, that's what's
Mhm.
up. And I think Jimmy kind of alluded to that, saying,
Yeah,
yeah, he's saying that you need more black people to vote for contract with Black America. I don't agree with this that voting doesn't matter, because voting does matter. Yes, we do need to put our money behind those who we want to see, in those positions. Money does matter. But voting is everything. If voting did not matter, trust and believe they would make it so hard. This gerrymandering, where they just mapping off certain areas to make sure that the majority of the people in that area will be in support of whatever person they have in place. So
right,
it's the whole setup. It's like a movie scene. It's like you got different people for different roles. It's the whole setup. We just
right,
getting late to the game and understanding, how this works and how influential
right,
our influence is. Money matters. So yes, we need to put our money behind someone who we think, is going to make that happen. And that's important to know. Again, here we voting for the Supreme Court, and any state office or governor for the justice of Supreme Court. The state board of education is up for grabs. That's important. This is stuff we complain about, right? Any county office, the state senator or assemblyman. Shout out to the late great my cousin Tyrone Thompson,
yeah,
who implemented ban the box. This is what you can do in a position like that.
yeah,
So anyone who may have had a prior felony, they can't ask you in Nevada on your application, have you been convicted of a felony? Shout out to Ice Cube. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? Yes. Any district office other than district judge and university board regents, that's all up for grabs. So June 14th is the date for that. So voting does matter. Voting is very important. Again, shout out to everybody on YouTube, watching in the chat, listening in the chat, on Facebook. LeBrad, thank you so much for adding to the conversation. She said we should make it illegal for a man to get a vasectomy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Y'all
No,
messing with our
not
rights as women.
illegal. I think all them motherfuckers should have to get a vasectomy.
Whoa.
And to have a child, you got to get it removed. That's the kind of shit they doing
Yeah,
with
that's a
us.
way to start.
So
Right.
so
Now,
everybody get a vasectomy, and then you have to apply to get that shit reversed.
yeah,
How y'all feel about that shit? The
right.
government telling y'all you gotta do this. That's bullshit, right?
Yeah, let's talk
Hey,
about
hey,
that.
a wise woman told me she start people off with an F and make them earn the A, and I've been on that ever since.
There go your F. Wrap it up. Tie it up.
Oh my
I've been
goodness.
on that ever since,
When
man.
you get to an A, you get to get it released and then have your kids and build your
That's crazy
family.
though. I just
I
hope
just
that
don't.
don't apply to me, cause I don't mess with the hardware. I don't.
All I'm saying is they want to fuck with our hardware though. Like, really?
What is it?
Yeah, everybody who cast that vote, they got to lead by example.
And look, people can add boobs, they can add penises, they can add
Yeah,
coochies, but y'all get mad at us because we decide we don't want to have a baby
yeah, that's
for
crazy.
whatever reason.
I don't want to put my body through this whole 9 months of,
Yeah,
you know. And my thing is, me personally, I wouldn't do it. I don't believe in it, me for myself. But there's no way in the world that I wouldn't think that another woman could do that for herself. That's her choice.
right.
Listen, if you're against abortion, just don't have one. That's as simple as that. It's just that simple. You ain't got to lose no sleep about it. No sleep. Just that freaking simple. Then I was watching a documentary about this. The Roe versus Wade. Roe was a woman who they actually recruited to fight against,
Mm,
this whole abortion thing. It's a documentary on Hulu called AKA Roe, I think it's called.
mm,
And this lady went on to they handpicked her because she was considered like a poor white woman, very outspoken, and she represented what it would be for a woman like her to have a baby you know, she didn't want to have a baby. So she told them that she was raped. So she didn't want to have a baby, but she was forced to have a baby anyway. And so they used her to campaign for this Roe versus Wade, and she was the spokesperson for it. But along the line, she went ahead and admitted that she wasn't raped, that she just told people that she was raped, but she wanted to have an abortion. And so then the whole, you know, pro choice people kind of just pushed her to the side, like she's not a good look anymore. She's not really trustworthy. So she ended up leaning towards the Christianity, got baptized in a pool. I was like, that's chemicals in there. That's a whole.
Did she have the baby or not?
She ended up having a, yeah, she had the baby, but But
the bitch had a baby.
Y'all watch that. Y'all watch it. It's a very good interesting documentary. It's very interesting. But I want to just tag on this a little bit more, because what these people are using, these so-called Christians, are saying that it's against their beliefs. And I just want to say the First Amendment protects separation of church and state. You cannot bring in your beliefs into the rights of people in this country, period. So you can believe that. You can say, oh, the Bible says this, the Torah says this, the Quran says this, so therefore I must stand by this. But this is, when it comes to our rights, individual rights as humans, you cannot bring religion into it. Some people don't believe in your Bible. Some people don't believe in your Torah. Some people don't believe in your Quran. So how can you force them to be amongst that? And on top of that, I went and got some information. The Bible says nothing about abortion being bad, right? As a matter of fact, if you go to since I got somebody in here quoting what you say, fallopian. This is from Numbers, verse 5:27. Abortion is okay, and I mean, it didn't say that exactly, but it's saying, the quote is, if she has made herself impure and been unfaithful to her husband, this will be the result. When she is made to drink the water that brings a curse and causes bitter suffering, it will enter her. Her abdomen will swell and her womb will miscarry and she will become a curse. That's a whole formula. They was already telling you what to do. If your woman cheating, this is what you do.
Well, where's the juice? Where's the drink? Maybe we need to get that drink where everybody can just drink it.
And then even in the Torah, look, in the Torah, they were talking about, what was it? Classic, you know, I don't know my books that were Exodus 21:22. It says, when a man strikes his slave, male or female, with a rod and he dies, there and then he must be avenged. But if he survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, since he is the other's property. When men fight and one of them pushes a pregnant woman and a miscarriage results, but no other damage ensues, the one responsible shall be fined according to as a woman's husband may exact from him. The payment is to be based on a reckoning. But if other damages ensues, the penalty shall be life for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot, burn for a burn, wound for a wound, bruise for a bruise. Mind you, if the woman loses her baby, that is not considered an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a burn for a burn. They can negotiate that. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, it's up for negotiation.
You know, and then it takes me back to what I said in the beginning, how more women ran this world before Christ, BC, before Christ. Thousands more, or maybe hundreds more. And then it shrunk after they started pushing Christianity. Why? Because then they use Christianity to their own interpretation to make certain laws, to make you have to follow certain things based on what they said was the word of God. You got devils telling you what the word of God is.
Damn.
Tweet that.
I've had a lot of tequila today.
You had a lot of tequila. You know, if y'all want to worry about something, worry about adultery, worry about shellfish, worry about the pig, worry about I don't know, just worry about other stuff that's really in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Worry about cancer, worry about saving the earth. You worry about people that ain't even made it here yet.
Actually, they are worried about shellfish more than they worried about us. But I was gonna say, you know, I think we just spinning our wheels, wasting our energy, expecting someone to have the same measurement of morals as us.
Yeah.
It ain't
You know
gonna
what I mean?
happen.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Morally bankrupt.
We can say it's wrong, and we can represent that, but to expect them or anyone to have the same moral compass as you, it's crazy. If it's not there, it's not there. And not to say that they won't never have it, but most of the time it'll be taught through experience, not through a textbook.
Well,
What's the
I
drink
have
word, y'all?
What was it?
what's the drink word, y'all?
In
The
your
I have
ear
Chappelle.
radio after dark, it's lit. We drinking. Yeah, we talking about some serious stuff, but we also talk about some shit that don't matter, which we about to get into next. And that happened to be Dave Chappelle getting rushed on stage. Does that matter?
Damn.
That was crazy. Hey, he
Oh,
got the
It
break
don't
to do that
matter.
for him too.
He should have got his ass whooped. Fuck him.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was nice. I have an
You know,
appreciation for that.
His arm was off.
Yeah,
But he's
that's
not gonna get charges pressed against him, from what I
that's what
right.
I don't
from what I hear.
understand
He's a
that,
Trump
but
supporter.
yeah,
That I don't understand. But I know for
yeah.
sure that yesterday's security ain't today's security. You heard? Like, what
Yeah,
triggered me when I saw this is it made me reflect back to Will Smith walking up on stage and slapping, you know,
the dude.
yeah,
Chris.
him. I can't think of his name right now, but
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Thank you. So, and I'm just thinking, like, it pissed me off. Yeah, the security was stomping. So Dave Chappelle's on stage doing his spill, and some dude comes up with a weapon, okay,
Yeah,
and attacks him. And so my first instinct was, oh, he touched him. Like, I thought that, that's like me. If I'm on stage and I have hired security, I should not be touched. Period.
yeah,
So I was like, security should be fired. That man is lucky to have his life.
yeah.
And yeah, shout out to everybody who jumped in, Busta Rhymes, and everybody that was backstage.
Look,
That
Jamie Foxx was
didn't
with
handle
the
him.
shit. I respect Jamie Foxx a lot.
Yeah,
He was with all
JD
the
Fox.
shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Why didn't they make it a felony?
Especially,
Two
I
black
don't
men.
know. I don't know. I think,
He's a Trump supporter.
and they say he part of the community too. So
Oh,
they
is he?
they got a strong HOA.
Dave did say he was a trans.
No, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And now all of that plays a part because a lot of that community were offended by some of his commentary or his jokes. But in my opinion, he explained himself in like that last stand up he did on Netflix. But it's not for me to say, okay, y'all should be good with the explanation because it didn't affect me. You know what I mean? Who's ever offended by that, that's for them to interpret. Oh, I understand where he's coming from. Some people still offended or whatever. So I think they're trying to say that's why he did that. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Well, his name is Isaiah Lee, 23 years old. He goes by a rap name, No Name Trapper.
Oh,
And he also posted a song 2 years ago titled Dave Chappelle. Anybody heard it?
I actually listened to it because, well, yeah, because I
just got a lot of publicity right now. Y'all know that, right?
I know, but the song is stupid.
I didn't listen to it.
He's a horrible rapper, and he should never ever pursue that avenue of career ever again.
UPS
ever.
Is hiring.
They're hiring. That's all I'm saying. They are hiring.
So what was the song about? I'm sorry.
It just said Dave Chappelle something. He kept repeating like, "You think life is a joke." You did it. I don't know. It was stupid.
Oh, so he's already had bad blood for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, and he also has a song.
I'm just speculating. No.
For Donald Trump called something Trump something. I didn't listen to that one because I don't care to listen to that.
Well, his brother.
I didn't give him a stream. I don't know. Do they get streams if you listen on YouTube? I listened on YouTube.
I'm sure everything counts.
All of it counts. Yeah.
How many streams did he have?
I didn't look.
No.
Y'all stupid.
I didn't look.
I ain't listening.
It was premeditated and he hit his ass.
Aaron, he told the Rolling Stone that he was just surprised at his brother's action. He said he never heard his brother express any ill will, that he had been in and out of shelters in Hollywood, California, much of the last decade, and he had lots of friends in the transgender community, but he didn't think that this was related to Dave Chappelle's spill on transgender people.
He has a lot of friends in the transgender community, so
Yeah,
he's not a
he said
part
that
of
he
it.
was
He just has
gay.
a lot of friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
It's
don't know.
it's just called Dave Chappelle, the song.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have no idea. I just think, like you said, nobody should be within firing range. Nobody should be able to approach the stage. I don't care if it's a female. Nobody should be able to get close. That's the bag right there. That's you protect him at all costs. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm.
Anybody trying to rush Jordan at the free throw line, they're gonna get left in the paint. We know
Right.
that.
Right,
So
as he
that's
should.
how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Same, and in the same way that even Will Smith wasn't supposed to be able to approach Chris Rock like that.
And
But
he should have been escorted out. He really should have.
yeah,
You know, while I understood what happened and the whole 9 yards, um, I don't think he should have been allowed to stay. And I'm saying Will Smith, just like that dude should be charged. I'm glad he got his ass whooped. You know what? Let me tell you something. The next one should make it through. Uh,
yeah.
Whoever else come up on the stage should not go
I mean,
nowhere.
because this how serious it is for me. I agree with that, but this how serious it is for me. Obviously, there was no metal detectors at that specific venue, right? So if there's no metal detectors, that means anybody can come in here with anything. That means me and my peoples, we ready. We ready. You know what I mean? So anything move, this is what it is. Our nerves bad. We're gonna react. We're gonna be proactive. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what Omari said.
It's
It was
definitely
premeditated.
premeditated. So how is that not a felony? You got a weapon with a knife attached to it. Then you got to know to run up on stage. What was you gonna do? Just because he was able to defend himself and prevent himself from being harmed, and he was harmed. Now it's not a felony.
It should definitely be a felony.
I think he really got what he wanted. He knew he wasn't gonna be able to win that battle. He wasn't gonna win the war, but what he did win was the popularity, the fame. We talking about him. People clicking on his channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We researching him. So people would do any clout. Man, clout is a hell of a drug.
Hmm.
People would do anything to be famous. They eating feces just to be famous. They doing all kind of. It's weird, man. These days it's weird. Or maybe I'm just too old fashioned, but I don't get it.
So you think he's gonna get interviews now?
No, what I'm saying is, even
He
if he
should.
don't get an interview, he might get a jailhouse interview. You never know. Someone might say, "Hey, man, what was on your mind? Why would you do that?" And they're gonna set it up in the visiting room, or he might be talking through a screen like this, and
Mhm.
he gonna get a story out there. But at the same time, people are gonna be on his pages. They're gonna be on all of his platforms, trying to see what's up with him, leaving comments. But on the flip side, those are views, those are streams. So he winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if he's not gonna get it, even if it's not monetized,
Yeah. Well,
he's
quiet
still
as it's
winning.
kept, Chris Rock is winning too.
Of course, he's running with that. He the victim.
He's winning. So
He's
is
the
Tony
victim.
Rock winning. So
Yeah,
is Chris
I
Rock's
like
mama.
Tony Rock
I
though.
didn't
I
know who
like
Chris
Tony
Rock's
Rock.
mama was.
I always liked Tony Rock. He was dope.
I'm just saying.
24K views.
Yeah, that's pretty big to be underground. That's pretty big. 24,000 views.
Is he getting paid for it though?
I'm sure.
Was
If
this
it's
before or after the beatdown?
probably
I think you
after.
start getting paid after 10,000. But even though YouTube has like the lowest payout ratio compared to other people, but either way it go, he's still winning because of the fame factor, the
Yeah.
clout.
Yeah.
You know,
Woo! I don't know. This world is crazy. I mean, it's
It
so
is.
crazy that
yeah, it's
I
crazy.
you know I get these emails, National Day Calendar. Do y'all get them? People let you know what day it is. So
No,
today, the National Day says it's National Barrier Awareness Day.
What is that?
barrier awareness, like freeway barriers.
Yeah, it's a lot of days. Yeah, I don't know.
Or are they talking
National.
contraceptives? What are they talking?
Now that might be it. Okay, I see where you at.
I thought it was Mental Health Awareness Month.
Listen, it's National Fitness Day.
Okay.
It's National Mother's Day.
I'm still working on my hydration as we speak.
Listen, it's
You
National
still don't have a drink
Packing
for
Design Day. Packing Design Day.
Yeah.
National Bombshells Day. It's National
I'm
Home
sure.
brew day? What the hell is home brew?
Homebrew.
Your own tequila?
Moonshine.
Oh yeah, moonshine. And what's the other word? Damn, I just forgot the other word. Hold
Moonshine.
on.
I don't
Pruno.
know. What was it?
What is it?
Moonshine, Pruno.
Uno.
I
Never
never
heard.
heard of
Um,
Pruno.
they call it hooch too.
Oh, hooch. Yeah, I heard of
Yeah,
that.
my
What,
granddaddy told me how to make that when I was a little kid.
what
Oh
color is it?
gosh.
I used to do the taste test for him.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he used to make
How
it
did
in
you
a big
how did
bucket.
you feel after?
So look, this the thing. Granddaddy had me in the kitchen, right? Well, in the dining area, and he had like 4 friends to come over because they're gonna be his first customers, right? So the thing was, if I just go, that's nasty, they're gonna be
Then,
like, it's
then it's
light.
good for them.
No, it's light for them. It's light. It's like a
Oh.
wine cooler. But if I
Okay,
go,
okay, okay.
ugh, like, oh, my chest burning, they're pulling their money out. Yeah. So
That'll
You
work.
were that guy.
so I got great allowances from Granddaddy just for being
My
the guinea
God.
pig, basically. Yeah.
But how did you feel?
I got
Right.
dizzy. I think I got dizzy, but I had to have some on my stomach though, or I would have an upset stomach.
Okay.
But I was a busy kid though, so I'll just probably go right back outside and just get to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Good
never heard
times.
of that one, but we ain't going to incriminate
Good
nobody
times.
with your
Bunch of
underage
spoiled
drinking.
grapes. Fermented grapes.
It's a lot of it's National Train Day. You know, that could really, somebody could run with that, right? National Roast
Literally.
Day.
Literally.
Yeah. Roast leg of lamb day. Join
That sounds
hands
good.
day. Yeah, this
Ooh,
stuff getting
you say
free.
clean hands day?
Join
Washing
hands.
hand day is what it should be.
Oh,
Free
okay.
comic book day. I like that. National Babysitters Day, Scrapbook Day, Kentucky Derby. It is Kentucky Derby today, right?
Yeah.
They doing the Kentucky Derby. And it's not National Star St. Monarchs Day. I don't know. I just thought that was weird that they would even be. It would be like somebody has to go and apply for these, and some type of way there has to be a petition to get enough votes to approve this stuff, right?
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with it though.
I
Wouldn't
mean,
you want to have your own day? Your own Miss Toya Appreciation Day?
yeah.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but who's gonna celebrate it?
Shit, I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm gonna pull right up.
Right.
Like, what's happening?
Look, let's celebrate
I mean,
today.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be on the calendar. Like Jimmy said, you know, the birthdays ain't on the calendar. We still gonna celebrate. You know, we
Juneteenth is
I'm
fun
gonna
to
tell
be on the
y'all.
calendar.
I'm gonna tell y'all what day ain't on the calendar.
What?
Tomorrow.
That's what's up.
You know why? Because it ain't
Right.
promised to nobody. So
It ain't
Right.
technically it really don't exist. We just hope for it.
That's true.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
So
Yeah.
cheers to National Let's Celebrate Today Day.
Yeah. Today
That's
that
what's up. She said she's celebrating. That's what's up.
Today.
that's what's up. Cheers. That's what she drinking.
Yeah, what you sipping on over there, E. Cree? Listen, you know, we should celebrate because tomorrow isn't promised. You know, every time I
Right.
turn on social media, every time I look up, you know, it's somebody didn't pass away, and it's just heartbreaking to hear. Jewel, if you guys
Yeah,
remember
that's
her, the
crazy.
first lady of death row, she passed yesterday,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
53 years old.
Yeah.
You know, that you know, just shocking to me. Just shocking
Yeah.
to me that people just be here and then they just gone. They just in
Mhm.
real life just. For those who may not know, yeah, she was the queen of the lady of the death row when she had
Yeah.
the song. It was a remake, right? Woman to Woman, because I think Betty
Okay,
Wright.
so I got a fun fact about
Yeah, tell us.
that song, right? So me being a music head that I am, thinking I know everything about everything, right? So shout out to my mama because she had to correct me,
I
right?
with you. I'm listening.
So my mama had to correct me on this, but so I'm playing the Death Row. I'm playing the Murder Was a Case soundtrack, and you know that Woman to Woman song was on that
Yeah.
soundtrack, right? So my mama come down the hallway, she's singing the song. I'm like, Mom, how you know this song? This
Right.
tape just came out. She like, I know that song. I'm like, you don't know the song. So she said the name of the original artist. I'm like, yep, you wrong. It's Jewel, right? That's what she did. She laughed. She like, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. But back then, we couldn't Google, we couldn't go to YouTube or none of
Right.
that. So she like, it's a remake, and so we going back and forth, we arguing. I never got a chance to tell her, you know what, Mom, you was right.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a dope song, and I was just surprised that she knew the song. And by the way, Jewel blew that song, man. She was a hell of a vocalist too.
Listen, for those who may not know, we share the same mom, and my mama knew all the songs. She was more hip.
Yeah,
She knew the slang. She kept her ear to the street. She
yeah,
stayed. She loved listening to DJ Quick. She listened to Death Row. She listened to
yeah,
all music, and she celebrated and enjoyed it. And she knew a lot of it came from her time, and I think that's what made her like it a lot too.
yeah,
They
yeah.
remade
A
it
lot of
and
that was
made their
remade.
own little thing with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's what's up. But yeah, rest in peace, Joy. Just it's heartbreaking. I hope she's in a better place, happier and
Yeah,
freer than ever. Just speaking of people who passed away, Kevin Samuel. Holy Lord, he blowing up the internet after his death, ain't he?
ooh,
All I'm gonna say about that is I didn't totally disagree with everything that Kevin
Yeah,
Samuel said. I agree with a lot of things he said. His delivery, though, at the end was very harsh and fucked up. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
when he first started out, he wasn't that rude to black women, to women in general. But I think his following kind of hyped him up to the point to where
go hard. Yeah,
he went a little bit too hard. And
yeah.
so, unfortunately, to his demise, I mean, he passed that way. You died on top of this woman. But I just think she might have been one of his previous callers, and he might have dogged her or whatever because she was a nurse. Like,
yeah,
you didn't give him CPR. I don't know. It's a
That
little
sounds
suspect.
suspicious to me.
It's a little suspect, and I think she might have had a hand in the man's death. All I'm saying, and I said it allegedly, whatever. You could. I don't want nobody
yeah.
coming back suing me, but allegedly, I don't know. It don't sound right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she wasn't black.
Nah.
No. But it was a
Which
woman.
it right, because it could have been a man, but it was a woman.
It's a cold game, y'all. Cold
For
game.
those of you who may not know, Kevin Samuel is a YouTube influencer, relationship expert. He was found dead with the nurse in his home, right? I think they said he suffered from a heart
In
attack.
his
He
apartment.
collapsed on
In his
her
apartment.
in his apartment.
hmm
Some apartments are very expensive, Trish. I don't know what you're leading to, but I'm just
I'm
saying.
not leading to anything. I'm just saying
Especially if
it
it was
was
in
an
New York. I don't
apartment.
know where he
Yeah.
passed.
It was in Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay, so it might not have been all of
An
that.
apartment.
But yeah, he collapsed on top of her. She called 911, and yeah, he was pronounced dead. I didn't really follow him. I saw a couple of his clips and I laughed. Listen, I have a wild sense of humor. I love to laugh. Like I like Mad TV. It don't, I'm not that serious. Like I'm serious about serious things, but when I see people being silly and they're not being offensive per se, you're not calling people out their names is what I mean by that.
He
Just
has
going
though.
below the belt. He was doing that. I don't know.
Towards the
But
end, yeah.
I was just watching one day and some lady chimed in and she was asking for relationship advice. And he was like, "How old are you? Well, you need to do this." And I was just laughing because I was more feeling bad for her because you must be a weak woman to be calling this man to allow him to talk to you any kind of way about a relationship advice. So I was more or less laughing at her, like you must came here for entertainment purpose. So that's how I took him. Like I never took him serious from what I watched. Even when a lot of people was trending now was that he said 30-year-olds are leftovers. And I'm like, yo,
Mhm.
you know how old I am? Trust me, I'm a whole meal and a snack and an appetizer and whatever else happens. What? Like, I can't be offended by that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like a leftover. You can't tell me I'm a leftover and I'm in my 40s. So for you to tell a woman in her 30s she a leftover because she was spending time trying to chase somebody who rich or wealthy or this, that, and the third, and people was taking him some kind of way, I thought it was total entertainment for me. Like you could, like it was funny to me. I'm sorry.
A lot of that shit wasn't funny though. He used to really, but there's no way in the world I will call into that show. I am not calling into you so you can disrespect me like that. Like I see what you have done to other women. I'm not calling you.
Yeah. So I assume
Oh.
they all was signing up to just like some women just like it rough in the bedroom. Maybe they just like it rough on social media. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm.
what and then wasn't he married twice, divorced? I mean, not to say
Uh-huh.
that people married and divorced can't give good advice. I think they can probably give the best advice having that experience, right? But it's just like, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard of him. I've never I never like subscribed to anything that he was putting together. I don't know. I can't say why not or whatever. I just never really paid attention to him. Uh, I don't wish death on nobody, but
Exactly. And people are fucking celebrating. I think that's crazy.
yeah, but that's the world we live in too, and
I
especially when
know.
another thing my granddaddy told me though, if everybody know your business, you ain't got no business. So if
Church,
you going
look,
out your way, if you're going out your way to obsess with being obsessed over, then you're giving everybody an opinion about you, and it's a bunch of strangers. A bunch of people who their opinion shouldn't matter, but you're going out of your way to put yourself in a position where everyone has an opinion about you,
Hmm.
and that can go all the way left. It can go all the way left. People gonna praise you, and then they're gonna make your family, your the people who survive you, they're gonna make them they're gonna hurt them because they're not hurting you.
yeah,
They're not hurting the person that's fighting for their life in the hospital. They're not hurting the person that's they planning funeral arrangements for, but
Hmm.
they're hurting the survivors of that, and it's like a slippery slope though. And again, that comes with, what I noticed too. Besides, like I was talking about clout, right? So I've noticed that we're in a day and time in this society where everyone, it's all about exposure. People want exposure, and they're willing to expose someone else for the exposure. It's all
Hmm.
about the tell all, I got secrets on this person, I got dirt on this person, I do. And again, I just don't get it, because how I grew up, you're responsible for what you know, and you'll be held accountable for what you disclose. So I'm gonna let that sit for a minute.
yo, it's so many comments in the chat. I'm just gonna go through them best I can because they going in on each other. Um,
I can't see him though. What are you at?
I want to just repeat, just to go back for a minute. Carice was talking about we were talking about Chris Rock and
Okay.
the whole incident with Dave Chappelle. And she said that Chris Rock is a cornball. He reminds me of those weird guys in high school who made weird, insulting jokes and then got beat up and called them bullies. Okay, all right, all right, all
I
right.
think that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then just going back into this conversation, she added that, that Kevin Samuels preyed on black women with low self-esteem who were seeking attention to
Yeah, that's crazy.
disrespect publicly for ratings. I could see that.
But did
I
he
could see
prey
that.
on them? But they didn't have to call him.
Well, I thought initially he started off dogging men, and then I guess that wasn't getting him enough, traction. So
That's
then
the
he
bait.
started on the women.
Mm.
That's the bait. That's the bait. If you dogging the
Some people will
men,
sell their
you dog the
soul to the
men,
dollar
you,
for the fame.
you dog the men to get the women's attention, because they
Yeah,
like, oh, somebody speaking my language, but in
Mm.
reality, it's just bait. You know.
yeah, it's just what they do to make money. Like me personally, I'm like Tupac. I want the money, fuck the fame. I don't need
Mhm.
people to
Yeah.
know me. I don't
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
be popular. I want to be able to go into Walmart and nobody knows who I am. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want to be able to take care of my family and manage things behind the scenes that nobody has to know. So, some people just really be real thirsty for that fame. So, it's a lot of back and forth here. Jimmy is saying that he said you and Trish know his take on Kevin Samuels. They said that the report said he tried helping and asked for a defibrillator from the front desk. Somebody saying he probably was on Viagra.
Yeah,
Uh,
Damn.
I heard that too. That's crazy.
uh, they said his delivery, Amari was saying his delivery was uncalled for. Um, again, another comment said they just want to reiterate that he has 20 years of back child support, passed away
Damn.
on top of a nurse who he calls low value.
Mm.
And in an apartment that's what Trisha said, he was in an apartment. Okay, in an apartment that someone else's name.
He was. I whether it was paid for or not,
Yeah,
it was an apartment. I'm
yeah.
just saying what he, you would think that he was a
What you profess to
higher
be.
value
Yeah.
man
Yeah,
or
high
whatever.
value. But a lot of people front. That's what I'm saying. I be seeing people on social media. They had a Gucci, they had a Louis, they had a car. Like they show like this is, they making money like that because I know what that stuff costs. Like to drive that car, the car note, or just to pay for it. That's expensive.
Right.
Like if you want to show people what your bankroll looking like, but a lot of them that ain't even their bankroll. They just front. Why are you trying to impress me with that? Because I'm not impressed. I'll tell you. You just seen my mean. I'm not hard to please. I'm just not easily impressed. You want to impress me, with a car, pull up with a food truck. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You want to
But
impress me? Be
Yeah.
but
about some
listen,
business. Let
he
me. You just look regular, and then I pull up, and you doing your thing, your bankroll tight, and don't nobody know. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
kind of person I like to be around. That's not loud, but they got it going on still.
he also had stage 3 like lymphoma, like cancer.
Ooh. Oh,
So
Wow.
who knows what the contributing factors was to his little heart attack or whatever, but you know, anything. Anyway, rest in peace.
So y'all don't think he has some ass instance?
some
What do you mean?
who?
What you mean? What's that mean? What are we talking about?
Ooh,
Y'all
gosh.
slow. Y'all. Let's
I'm
just
slow.
slow.
I'm
It's
doing
it's
Coach
listen,
Tucker from
I've been
what was that Money Talk? Which one of y'all hit me? Which
I've
one?
been, I've been drinking a lot. What are we talking about?
I know I'm playing
Listen,
catch up. By the way, I wanted to introduce this to the family though. Look.
What is
So
that?
look, I'm really proud to have this bottle. I know y'all thought I was off
What
that
is it?
Hennessy, but it's
Tycoon?
not. It's called Tycoon Cognac.
Okay.
Yahoo.
E40 put this
I
together.
already knew that. I asked, but I already
Okay.
And
knew. Listen,
it's
E40,
really
if
it's
you
really
watching
smooth.
this,
It's really smooth. I'm gonna pull up with a bottle next time I see y'all too.
yo, my brother always pull up with an E40. Whatever he come out with, my brother
Yeah.
pull up with an E40. If you watching this real talk, man, this one of your biggest fans right here.
But
He supports you. He likes everything. He brings stuff over. He come up with mixed drinks for us. Look, he keep us up on all your drinks.
but
So I'm
I want
just
to say too, it's not just me, taking a shot in the dark, like, oh, look at me, look at me. No, it's not that. This is my way of supporting my supporters. And when I say supporting my supporters, not that I could pick up the
that's
phone and
right.
be like, hey, 40, put up. None of that.
Yeah,
But what he provides, has provided over the years for me through his music, it
yeah,
has gotten me through some tough times. It helped me maneuver and navigate as a young man, as a young black man, and it helped me think business minded. So he always sprinkled game in all of his stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Sprinkle
and
me.
I gravitated to it rather young, and it just helped me, get where I'm at. Besides the grace of God, so
that's
I'm
what's up.
definitely gonna always support him as long as he continue to do something that has integrity with it. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. So yeah, that tycoon
I
cognac.
love it.
And
Wow.
yeah, cheers. And
Yeah.
he got some prepared meals he coming out with the going with the spoon. Like
Hmm.
I love how hip hop has evolved. We see these
Yeah.
men, from boys and they come into men and they evolve. They got their wives and their families and they beyond rap, beyond hip hop, they figured out how to maneuver and make money
Yeah.
in other industries, which shows us,
That's
ways
inspiring.
to
Yeah.
maneuver and make money in this industry. So it's very inspiring, very
Inspiring.
inspiring.
Yeah.
So
To see
I
someone
put
who
warm and
comes from
fuzzy.
to see someone for me to see because like they say, even with superheroes or like my biggest complaint with Disney, our kids need to see a reflection of themselves in positions of power.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Not
Disney
demeaning
don't give a
roles.
fuck.
We need, but this is what our kids need. This is what we need, even as people. We need to
That's why we
be
need
able
to
to turn
stop
on.
listening to Disney.
Yeah, we need to be able to turn on Hulu, Netflix, or whatever. We need to be able to see a reflection of ourselves in a
yeah,
position of power, for real, not always in servitude. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, we come from the hospitality industry. We come from being hospitable. We're gonna look out for one another. We're gonna help one another. Whatever. At 3 o'clock in the morning, you can call me. I'm gonna help you move. But what I'm
facts.
saying is, we need to be in a position of power, and we need to see a reflection of oneself. Therefore, we would know, hey, you know what? I can do that. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
Mhm.
this single mother who worked 3 jobs and she raised 5 kids and sent all her kids to college and they doctors, lawyers, or whatever, just getting them out the hood. That's a
yeah,
success story.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? And to be able to see that will help the next single mother who's trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So we need to
yeah.
be, we need to see that.
It
Yeah.
takes a village, and
Facts.
Yeah,
we are our
it takes a
village.
village.
We are all we have.
Yeah,
And if these past what 4 or 5 years ain't shown us that we are all we got, we're blind.
we
We all
always
we
have.
got.
Yeah,
We
We
all
all
we
have
got.
yeah,
facts.
and they
Facts.
still on the other side. They still building. They still planning. They still
Mm,
going to the target range. They still getting it in. They
Hmm.
still investing. They still having. They still meeting them, having conversations about financial literacy. They
Hmm.
still trading stock notes, and like it's real spill over there. And we need to do the same thing. We need to be empowering ourselves instead of looking and thinking it's a competition. No, only the competition is the person in the mirror.
it's too
Preach.
much money out there to be competing with anybody. It's
Yeah,
too much money.
yeah,
I can't, and I always say that only person I could ever compete with was myself. I can't be
Right.
you.
yeah,
I don't want to work. I tell people in a minute, I might not want to work as hard as you working to get to where you got, or I don't want to be as lazy as you are not to have what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be me. I'm gonna do
oh
me.
yeah,
You know what I'm
oh
saying? And
yeah,
I'm gonna do me very well, the best I can. And I'm gonna take little pieces, from everywhere I see. Just like with my cooking, like I learned to cook from home. Shout out to my mama. It is Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all the ladies in the chat, Facebook
yeah.
too. I
You
love
are
y'all.
appreciated.
All the good moms, aka what Trish say, all the
Thank
good
you.
mamas.
Because
Yeah,
not all
that's
moms
the
is
word for the
good.
day, right? That's the word for the day. The good mothers, right?
Good
Some of
moms.
them,
Okay, it's good moms. That's
some of
what's
them
up. Good moms.
motherfuckers out of line.
Trish, hold on. That's that tequila talking, baby. Listen, and I'm gonna tell y'all if y'all didn't hear me earlier, y'all are good moms, okay? Them
Yeah.
kids just bad. They probably took from their daddy, all right? Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it, okay? Same thing on Father's Day to the dad, so.
Yeah.
But okay.
And not all dads is good dads.
Yeah.
Some of
No.
them
Yeah. It go both
Right.
motherfuckers
ways.
deadbeat.
Listen.
It go both ways.
Right.
Yeah, I learned how to cook. My mom used to call me in the kitchen to grate the cheese. Shout out to government cheese. We had the best macaroni and cheese. We had the
Yeah.
best cheese sandwiches. We had cheese was, ham and cheese. Like, that's why I learned to cook. I had to dice up the onions. My mom loved to listen. We would go in the kitchen and just tell her about our day at school. And I had a friend in school. Shout out to Chris, rest in peace. When I went to junior high school, he was a
Chris
clown.
shows.
And he
Yeah.
would joke. Look, he even remember. My brother even remember because I would
Yeah.
come home talking about Chris Shows all the time because he was just a clown. And he would make me laugh. Like I said, y'all love to laugh. Like I love funny people. I just enjoy laughing. And I would
Yeah.
come home and tell my mom about him. We would cut up, onions and cook. And even when she wasn't there, I knew what to do. But as I got older and came into myself and had my own child, I would go in and do these recipes. Remember the stuff my mama cooked, but I would add my own ingredients to it. So just
Yeah.
going back to me doing me in this world, like I'm not trying to compete with anybody else, but I take a little bit here and there and add it to my recipe
Hmm.
to build on me and my success. But I'm never trying to copy you. I'm not trying to be, I'm never trying to copy you. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be you.
yeah,
I love being me, and it making
yeah.
me better. And so, shout out to my mama because whew,
Yeah.
she did that with me. She did that. We still talking about Kevin Samuels though. Y'all don't know because
Oh,
people got stuff
sure.
to say and they need to be heard because they with us tonight on In Your Ear Radio
You
After
gotta
Dark.
post
They
their
got stuff
comments
to
though.
say.
You can't read them. You gotta post their comments so we can see
Okay,
them.
let me post some. So yeah, so where we got? So Amari, like she said, he was not really a relationship
He
expert. That's
was
what she
not.
had to say about him.
He was
Right.
not.
Right.
So
I'm
I
not
don't know
sad
who.
that he died. I mean, not really, but I'm not happy that he died. Yeah,
No, of course
I'm
not.
not.
I know.
A
No,
lot of people are though.
nah. I don't. Yeah, he wasn't a serial killer or child molester or rapist. Nothing I knew. Of.
Right. Right. I'd
Yeah,
rather have him than hell one child molester. I guess we'll keep
yeah.
his crazy
Then it's
ass.
a low self
I
esteem.
definitely yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to first caller who got his put his 2 cents in. I know he's out celebrating with his baby girl who's doing prom and all these big things. So I feel extra special that he in the chat tonight. Love you, brother. He says he was definitely entertaining, but a lot of it was true, especially as he related to those who called in. I don't know about that. You getting controversial,
No,
girl.
it was truth. He just said it real fucked up. He was
How is that true
rude.
saying somebody's a leftover if you over 30 and you still single though? How you gonna be?
It's a way to say you are part of the like you're not in the desired
Says
You
who?
know,
Trust me. I'm in a happy relationship, but I know, I'm
I
just out here,
know.
period.
You are. You
They said
are.
somebody
So
for
what is he
everybody.
saying?
They said somebody for everybody.
It's a Jack for every Jill. Yes.
I can't vibe with
Yeah,
him on that.
I was slow on that one, but yeah, you're right.
Go on up the hill and get your water.
I hope y'all taking y'all drink. Cheers to today,
Oh,
because we know
dang.
tomorrow ain't on the
I'm ready,
calendar
ready.
because it's not promised in your ear radio after dark. I'm just happy
Yeah,
to be with you guys tonight because this is an opportunity for us to vent. We don't do this a lot. I have to fall back. It's about self-care for me. As much as I
yeah,
love doing in your ear radio, I, I'm serious as hell about in your ear radio. So I spend a lot of time and dedication doing a lot of research, a lot of things I don't even get to talk about. But y'all, I do a lot of behind the scenes shit to make this happen. And like I said, a lot of it don't even make it here. But it's time consuming. And I work full time. So in order for me to just maintain going through everything that I went through, losing my brother, rest in peace, Reese Cup, losing my mother, rest in peace, mama, my nephew, just a lot of just traumatizing things. I just decided that I'm not gonna, bombard myself with a whole lot. But coming here still makes me feel very good. And when y'all show up, then it makes me it reminds me that this is a good thing here. This is a good thing. So I just love and
yeah.
appreciate y'all for just pulling up for your girl, especially my day ones. So I'm gonna tell you, I could call them 3 days before the show because I be random with it. I just be like, I'm in the mood. And so I'd be like, y'all want to do a show? And they'd be like, okay, I don't got to give them 2 week notice, a month notice. It's just like, let's do it. And they be ready. So I just got the dopest day ones, period. Ain't nobody day ones doper than mine. Don't let them tell you because it's a lot. Okay. But I just want to say I appreciate y'all. So cheers to y'all. Our drink word is again,
Good mothers.
because my good mothers, right? Good
Good
mothers.
mothers.
And
Fuck
shout out
them.
to
What
my
about
sister,
what
Nas
about
Daughter.
good motherfuckers too? What about
Yeah, good motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah.
good, if you a good motherfucker, that's some realness. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell you a good motherfucker, that's deep. That's deep. You know
I
what I'm
love it.
saying?
Love it. Love
That's
it.
deeper
Love it.
than you're a good person.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for real.
I appreciate you too.
For real.
We appreciate
Cause
you.
I'll be in my own world in a way. I stay out the way like I ain't got no GPS.
I've missed you.
Like
Yeah,
you ain't got no GPS.
I miss y'all too, man. For real, real
I
life.
miss my morning texts. I miss
Yeah.
Non-fiction.
my songs that I need to like start my day off with.
Yeah,
So yeah, I be needing the song
I
Yeah.
on
got
Monday
y'all.
morning.
I'm gonna hold it
On
down like
Monday
gravity.
morning,
I got y'all.
sir. All
Yeah,
right,
I
all
got
right,
y'all.
all right.
I got
Yeah.
y'all.
That's what's up. So we still talking about Kevin Samuels. I want to get into some other
Still,
stuff.
man, what else on your
I
list?
gotta talk
Yeah.
because people have stuff to
When
say.
is the
I need to let
funeral?
my people's voices be heard.
When is the funeral? He gone.
Oh Lord, y'all so wrong. Okay, let me just go through. Okay.
What the
Okay, so
hell is
yeah, they
going
going
on?
back and forth with each other, so I won't bring it all up. But it's going down. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
We got the
Hey Sherry,
yeah.
happy Mother's Day. I love you, sis.
Thank you, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Let's see. So
Y'all
Jimmy
funny,
want us to
man.
read something about Chad Anderson. He said we're under the system of racism and white supremacy on trying to do black stuff under their system.
Yeah. I
Okay.
got Powernomics too. I got
Is
that
it
book.
Dr. Claude Anderson?
Yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson. Courtney Wayne. She said she's been checking out Courtney Wayne. Y'all know about Courtney Wayne?
Oh, Country Wayne.
Country.
Oh,
I read
Country
Country. Yeah,
Wayne.
Hey,
Country
Country
Wayne.
Wayne is funny, man.
He's
He is
I
funny.
gotta look.
hilarious.
I don't know nothing about Country Wayne.
And he really blew up off of like doing those skits on
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff and
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, he doing it, man. He getting it in like curfew for real. He doing
Yeah,
his thing. He is funny as hell, and he do like 3 skits a day. That's
yeah.
hustle.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna look him up. Okay, 'cause he's silly,
He
huh?
said the
So I'm
high
with
yeah,
five.
he
LeBray. I
funny.
don't wish death on anybody, especially not him. It's some of y'all could have been aborted back to the top of
God
the conversation
damn.
or swallowed since it's after dark.com.
Whoa! Wait a minute. When they
What?
dog say, "Hold up,"
Wait, wait, wait a minute.
Look.
What happened? Who hit
yeah,
me?
what just happened? What? Were you still waiting on the bartender to fix you up? What's happening? What's going on?
Okay, somebody say press. I love me some LMA. Okay, all right, all right.
I love LMM.
I haven't heard none of her new stuff though. I still
Me
like that.
She has a
either.
new one
Press
that
play.
that
I'm
just
pressing
What's
came
play.
out.
called Boot Up.
I'm gonna get caught up on the new one. I think it like recently within the last
Okay.
week or so it just came out.
Look, I don't
It
know.
says high
I know
value
if you
men
ain't.
are
I
getting
said,
together a GoFundMe to pay the high value funeral. Are you fucking serious? The motherfucker didn't have a life insurance.
Oh man.
Now stop it,
Hey,
Kevin.
she said that sober too. Y'all gotta give her credit.
yeah, because she high off water. Tomorrow she mixing her water. I think with ice or something. She said.
Oh my
You've been sober
god.
for a minute. I don't know how she do it. Listen. I salute you, but I thank God for Ciroc.
Yeah.
They talk about wine in the Bible, so let's not act like these saints be fronting. They be fronting. They be
Oh man.
fronting.
I had somebody. First of all, it ain't what you do; it's what you allow it to do to you. But so moving forward, I had somebody to road rage me all the way through traffic, and then when I'm pulling into church, they cut me off to get into the church, and then took my parking spot. And then she
They
got
was
it. She
going
got
in the
out.
church.
She got out of her car,
Did
fixed
you
her
say
wig, and wrote.
bitch?
I didn't. I didn't.
You
Because
should
he
have.
was in good
And then
spirits.
then you know
Oh,
how
good shirt.
you
That's what
get
you
to
was
the
on.
you
Should
know
have
how you
been
get to the
every
little
bitch
room.
in the book.
You know how you get to inside the church, but you're not inside the
Uh-huh.
church. The little
Uh-huh.
room
The
where you
little
gotta wait for the
foyer.
usher
The little
yeah,
foyer.
yeah, where you get the daily breads and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So she wouldn't even look at me. She wouldn't acknowledge me. And then I say, "Good morning. Are you all right? You in a rush? You know, you got to use the bathroom. You got a boo boo. What's going on?" She didn't even look at me. She didn't even look at me.
You should have just said, God bless you, baby. You needed it
Yeah,
more
I
than
kept it moving. I kept moving like inertia. It's
Listen,
nothing.
that's why I be
It's
going up in
nothing.
them churches. There be too many evil
No,
spirits up in
I
there.
would have cussed her the fuck out.
I
I
didn't.
would have in front of the
Whatever
pastor.
she was
I'm
dealing
just
with, she just
saying.
need whatever she was. That's how I looked at it. Whatever she was dealing with it, whatever she was dealing with, she needed to go run to the altar. That's what she was doing.
Mm.
I would have went and told Pastor.
You should have just got all
Pastor,
that olive oil,
Pastor.
just leave it on her. Just leave it. Who was that? What's his name? Just leave it.
Ricky Smiley, yeah, he's funny
I'm
as hell
telling.
too.
I would have told. I
Left
would have
all of
told
the
Yeah.
olive oil on her.
No, this one
her.
we had a new pastor too, so he was different.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
That's why I
Meanwhile,
can't do it.
I stopped paying tithes.
Until they get their motherfucking congregation
Yeah,
together.
yeah. So I'll be doing my checks. So they got a new pastor now. I might pull up see what's happening,
Oh my God.
but yeah, it was crazy. But this is where we congregate without the collection plate.
Yeah. I'm not gonna wag my finger at people. I'm grateful for anybody who does what they need to do to be able to find refuge in this world. If it's
But you
going
on
to
your
Yeah.
way to
church.
church.
What you say?
You on your way to church though, acting like that.
Yeah,
How was she when she left though?
she needed God more than me that day.
Look,
Right?
somebody want to
She
rob
would
her.
have
They
got
want to be
God.
robbing. It
Wait.
ain't open till it's over.
You know
Just ask.
So much paid inside, but
She,
it ain't
she
over.
wanna she wanna pray.
Thank
She
God.
wanna pray for her. What's her name?
Right.
Yeah,
Or maybe
check.
we're gonna get
Let's
together and lay hands on them.
let's lay hands on her.
Yeah, let's lay hands on 'em.
Yes, let's do it.
I've learned I don't have to really just use all colorful adjectives to cuss people out. I can just say crazy stuff. I can call people ugly and watch them shrink. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like
Like
to use the
you
colorful
can just say
adjective.
simple stuff to people and they shrink. Or call a white person an N-word and watch them shrink. They get confused. Like you ain't gotta argue with them. Just call them a nigga. And they be like, what the hell just happened? And you can go about your day. You know what I'm saying? So
Just call them.
because I
Okay.
know me, I get provoked when people cuss at me. I don't like people cuss at me. Like my
Yeah, it
hands
get
just start
different.
saying,
It get different real quick. Yeah.
What we doing?
What we doing?
Yeah, because how I grew up, violence was communication. So I'm bilingual.
Yeah. See, I apply all the languages.
All
All
of
the
that.
cuss words. One that even came out yet.
Yeah.
Shout out to what's her name from Friday, baby?
Baby D.
Baby D.
Yeah.
You know all the snacks. The one that came out. I know all the new cuss words. The one that even came out yet. Shout out to Rita who said you have to remember church is a hospital for sinners. Oh Lord.
It is.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna make sure you gonna be taken care of in the hospital.
Right. But she stole my. I felt like she stole my IV in
Cussing out the
triage.
righteous way. How you cussing out righteous? Please
In Jesus'
explain.
name, you got to cuss them out and then say in Jesus'
In
name.
Jesus' name.
What I saw, somebody did a meme. They was cussing somebody out, and it was like a biblical thing, like I wrath in the wrath of the something. I can't remember, but it was biblical in
Hey,
Corinthians.
hey, you know the quickest way. I mean, this is what I learned over time, just dealing with junk
What?
mail coming through my text messages. I will respond to a text message, Satan, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, all caps, right? I don't hear from them no more. No more. Not that they
You
got their
called
mind
him
right.
Satan.
Yeah. Once they got their mind right, then they be like, you know what? I was thinking. I know you was.
Mm.
You was thinking about salvation.
Yeah, you know, as I get older, I just have more patience with people, and I try
That's
to
wonderful.
filter what they meant. Like, you know,
Mhm.
just try to interpret what they meant to say to me.
That's a
Because I'm
beautiful
thinking
thing.
about, you know, I got bail money, but do I really, is this person worth the time? You know what I'm saying? Because people just can't just take a beat down and go about their day. They got to get other people involved, like the police. So,
Yeah.
you know, you got to
Yeah.
think through how you
They
going
throw,
to deal
they
with
throw rocks and
it.
hide their hands. That's what they do.
Well, I probably wouldn't have put hands on her, but when she went to leave church,
Yeah.
at least 4 of her tires would have been flat.
Then
At least 4. At least 4.
Then
she
play
be
how
ready.
low can you go? How low can you go? And then just start dancing next to her.
Yeah.
I wish a motherfucker.
Listen, did y'all hear about this Detroit man who sold weed out of a vending machine at his
Man,
home?
that
He
was
was making like,
genius.
you
That
saw
was
this? That's
genius.
what I said.
Now, in my opinion, I think he should have had it at a undisclosed location. Not you don't shit where you lay
Not
your
right
head.
in front of your apartment,
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't.
You don't
dumbass.
you don't have
But he
that
had
at
to watch
home.
his shit. He had to watch his shit.
He didn't listen to the 10 Commandments. Shout out to Biggie.
Yeah, but that was genius though. Like who would that's dope. I
Now,
like that.
guess who gonna steal it? Like they steal every
Of
goddamn thing
course.
else.
Yeah, you're gonna see it in Vegas first.
Yeah.
I just wish it was mine legally. I just
Yeah.
hope I could get me a cannabis vending machine. So I ain't hating on the hustle. I'm just trying to figure out, once they figure out how to tax it, then they're gonna legalize
Yes,
it.
yes.
But
Have
Right.
out here
Yeah.
is
bulletproof
yeah,
glass.
out here is so many politics though. So you gotta consider that. But that was a genius idea.
Yeah, I
That
love
cat, he
it.
was getting to it. And then he was getting to it.
I loved it.
But
I
that's the
hate
thing
he
about
got
our
hate he got
brothers,
caught up like that.
it made, a lot of them, us have been locked up for doing illegal things that are now legal. But, we were businessmen and women, you know what I'm saying? We were making moves and doing, when nobody, making money off the things that everybody was using. Everybody, a majority of people smoke weed. It's equal. It's not a racial thing. Like across the board, it's even
Yeah.
as far as people who smoke weed. But they, made it such a stigma, made it look so bad because they couldn't make money off of it. And then, back in the day, they said that weed was bad because it made white women want to sleep with black men.
No, I think it was something else that made white women want to sleep with black men. It wasn't weed.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. Speaking of it wasn't weed, what about Ray J and his sex tapes? He finally saying like, yo, enough of this. Y'all fake crying on TV, acting like you were so
Right.
victimized. Now he's speaking up.
It was a
I
strategy.
like
Yeah.
Ray J.
Ray J's
He's a hell of a businessman who don't get enough credit too.
I feel sorry for Princess.
Who that's his
Is that his wife
ex-wife?
or are they
They're
divorced?
still married, I believe.
Why you feel sorry for her?
Yeah, why do you feel sorry for her?
I'm a third into the bottle now. What's that name?
Because he always trying to divorce her. And then be trying to go on social media,
Well,
left her in
sign
the bed while she was
them
pregnant.
motherfucking papers and move on with your life. What the fuck? What are you mad? What you sad about?
No, hold on. Let's go back to why you feel sorry for her though.
Her ass probably
Because
would
he
have been
left
one
her
to
in
do
Vegas
that
while she
called
was
Kevin
pregnant.
Samuels.
He
You know
played
her?
around.
You know her though?
No, but I feel bad for her. I don't mean it like
Why?
that. I can't feel bad for somebody if I don't know, if we don't know each other.
But if somebody don't want to be with me, I'm signing the papers. Fuck you. And I'm
I'm out of
finna
here.
level
He
up.
said they're divorced. I don't know.
I'm out of here like last year.
I'm done. Like if I know you, like, come on. She should divorce him and level up. Like get somebody who
Oh, she can definitely handle that. She,
I don't give anybody credibility based on a celebrity, right? I'm gonna say that first. But I just know just from based on personal experiences, I just know it's like three sides to every story.
mhm,
Because my truth might not be her truth. Mine
mhm.
might be a little more exaggerated or vice versa. But then there's the honest to God truth. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And a lot of times once you get to the honest to God truth, it'd be like, damn. So I don't be quick to judge people in like relationships and stuff like that. Even when it comes to somebody reacting or responding in violence, because you don't know what pushed that person to that.
Yeah.
You
Okay, so
right.
I don't really feel sorry for, her, but I'm just saying they relationship. I wouldn't want to be in a
Oh,
relationship. Let me
well,
just say.
I'm gonna tell you
Oh
who
wow.
I feel sorry for. I feel
Who?
sorry for the kids
Okay.
because
I think the kid is crazy.
the kids got to deal with a different households and different
I think it would have been the
co-parents.
same
I
by
mean,
them
not
being
different
married in that
co-parents,
situation.
but different step parents. Because now the dude she dealing with may not accept the baby because his daddy is Ray J, and you know how that goes.
Well, then
I
she
don't think
shouldn't
Ray J
even
bring
get
them
with
kids
him.
around nobody.
Right? No, what I'm saying is, but sometimes they do it just out of spite. They do it just out of
I
spite.
am not getting with anyone that doesn't accept my children.
But you're a different breed. You're cut from a different cloth. That right there, that's some like polyester. You can't even dye polyester. Do you know you can't even bleach polyester? I
No.
You can't
tried.
do what? Say that again. Spell it too. I know some words, not all the words.
What? Oh, there's a couple syllables on. What you drinking over there?
Oh
You never said. You said Ciroc what?
yeah, I'm off. Y'all already know. That's just without.
Ciroc what
It's
though?
all about
Which
the
one?
Ciroc.
Which one?
They need. This is a pomegranate. They need
Oh,
to go
yeah,
ahead and just
that one good.
sponsor
And
me because I be about my Ciroc every Saturday.
yeah,
And and the thing is though, I only drink on the days that start with the letter T. Y'all hear me?
Right.
Like
start with a
Tuesday,
T.
Today.
Thursdays, today, tomorrow.
I'm counting them too.
Shout out to my sister said she ain't drank. She already had 3 drinks in a few years, whatever.
That's wonderful.
What's
This
that,
is
Kara?
coconut rum
E. Carice.
and
Coconut.
pineapple and orange juice.
So that sounds good, right? That sounds like some
This
vacation
shit
stuff right
gooder
there.
than
This
a
grown
mug.
folks juice.
So ask E. Carice what she drink though. I'm asking you to ask her like she can't hear me.
Yeah, what do you drink?
You my interpreter.
Yeah, what do you drink?
She said water. Ice water.
Adult beverages.
I don't know what he was asking about, but he was asking what was it, Trish? What was you talking about? I don't
What
know.
was it? What?
Like
I
a
don't know.
rum. It's like a rum and peach and some other stuff you wear flip flops with. I wear Crocs. I wouldn't wear flip flops though.
Huh?
But yeah, he don't feel bad for her. He said she was with Floyd Mayweather girl, and then she went. Yeah, I remember that
Oh, was she?
story. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, he
Yeah,
can't. I don't know.
did she 1942 tequila?
Wow. Okay. That's top shelf. That's
Yeah,
top
I'm
shelf
you know
right
feeling
she
there.
bad
was
for
into some big
Princess Love.
stuff.
She gonna find somebody to take care of her.
Moscow
Moscow
Mule. Okay.
Mule. Ask him, do we got that gold cup though? You got the gold cup to go with it?
Yeah, that copper is it copper?
Yeah,
Copper
I
cup.
say
Yeah.
it tastes the same. You drink it in a glass or that little copper
I
cup.
mean,
You
you do
fill
it
it
for
up
the
with the same.
experience. That's the Vegas way.
Oh,
You
okay.
do it for
Yeah.
the experience.
I'm an analog girl in the digital world.
Any mom who wants to come over my house
So, do
tomorrow,
y'all know who Erica Lachey is?
no.
She's on IG. She's an influencer.
Oh yeah. I heard of her.
I bought a pair of her earrings. She makes earrings by hand, but I kind of got hip to her. I don't know how I ended up following her, but
Her hands,
she what? What you say?
were they her hands?
Her hands.
Were they
Well,
her
she said they're
hands
handmade. And now that I
that
think about it,
crafted the earrings? I would
um,
assume.
she had a lot to say. I'm mad because I was trying to upload the video, some clips. I made clips and everything. That's what I'm saying. I was in here making clips and trying to upload them to this, and I'm gonna have to get somebody who's smarter than me to show me how to do it. If it ain't MP4 or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'll just listen to one of her clips. I don't agree with everything she says, but she said a whole lot on the last clip that she posted on Instagram, saying that was her last IG live.
I don't
And
Mm.
she
believe
was
that.
just going in about a lot of stuff. One of the things that stood out to me, she actually believes that Biden is dead too, like a lot of other people. Y'all heard that?
What? Oh,
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't
been
hear. And
hearing
that
that. I've been hearing that. like people saying they think Biden is dead. Like I'm
And they're
listening
gonna
to,
clone or whatever.
huh?
They're saying like he has a clone.
Yeah, like he has a clone. It was this one clip I listened to. This is another one I couldn't upload, but I'm still gonna play it for
Yeah.
you guys. Um, yeah, I'm gonna play it for you. So
Just how much do y'all think it costs to get a clone?
a lot.
You know they've been cloning people for
No,
a
they've been
long
doing
time.
that. I'm saying
Okay.
that. I know they've been doing that. I'm just saying, how much do you think it costs to get a clone, though?
I'm not sure, but
And
they've
then,
been
and
doing it
then,
for a
and
while.
then after
It's
that,
probably gonna cost too.
attached to that, would you get a clone of yourself?
No,
Yeah, I'm
hell no.
sure
I'd
it's in
be
the
scared as
millions.
fuck of that motherfucker.
I
I'd
would
be
imagine it's in
scared
the
as shit of my
millions.
clone.
You don't want nobody
Kim
thinking what you're
Kardashian
thinking.
got
Hell no.
Kim, Kim
Hey, right.
Kardashian went to a museum and got a strand of Marilyn Monroe's hair. She said she's gonna clone her.
But what if you know, you have your clone, you send your clone to work, and you on vacation in Bali somewhere?
What's that one movie you saw that with what's his name?
That Gemini man?
Is it Gemini Man? The one that was married to oh my goodness, I can't. He's a bald white guy, all the action movies. Demi Moore, he was married to Demi Moore.
Oh shit.
Y'all know who I'm talking
Uh
about. He
Say
did a
bald head.
movie where there were clones. So him and his wife, I think she was sickly, but they would send their clone to work and she would just be at home dealing with
mm,
whatever personal issue she had. I think that's what the world's coming to. I mean, we can see it.
Yeah.
Not that no shame on anybody who has implants and all this extra stuff people be adding to their bodies, but that's how we prepare. That's one of the things that Erica Lachey was saying is like, when it comes to evil, they don't just throw evil in our face. They condition us to accept and receive evil. It's even when we
Bruce
talk
Yeah.
about
Willis.
the cashless
Bruce
society.
Willis.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis. When we talk
Oh,
about
okay.
the cashless society, if they would have came out when I was in my 20s with this, when I was introduced that this might be the way of the world, we wouldn't have been with it. But what they did is they made it accessible and easy for us, giving us these plastic cards to swipe everywhere, to make reservations, to make it convenient for us. So we don't really realize that we getting caught up. We getting caught up in a whole nother system that they want us to be a part of. And it's the same thing, I think, with body parts. So now everybody got these big booties and these titties, and everybody look the same. Everybody's hair look the same. Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying when you on
Mm-hmm.
TV and social media. And so over time, we're gonna get used to seeing Build-A-Bears. You know what I'm saying? We're
Man,
gonna get used to seeing Build-A-Bears, and it's not gonna be nothing to us. And we're gonna shame people who got their regular hair, like she poor, she don't got a weave. She
okay.
poor,
May,
she
may I
don't got all
add
her teeth. She
may
poor,
I
she ain't
add
got
some
braces.
may I add something to that? I feel like it's a little more extreme, right? So I like commercials, right?
Do
I
you?
like
I don't.
commercials.
I
I don't
fast
just wait.
forward.
I don't just wait for the Super Bowl to watch commercials. I watch commercials when I'm watching TV, right? So, but what I've noticed is the reduction or the complete removal of the black man, the black husband, the black father from these commercials,
Well,
and
with the black wife.
and heterosexual, excuse me, heterosexual black man. That was a
Yeah, yeah,
couple
yeah, yeah.
syllables I was stumbling through. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to figure out again. So it's all about conditioning, like that
Yeah.
lady was suggesting. It's all about conditioning. So, imagine me being a 5-year-old watching these commercials,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, this is reality. You know what I mean? This is the reality. Is there are no black men, there are no black fathers, and if they are, they goofy and they're not straight black men.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I should expect when I'm of age. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether she's a little girl or
Conditioning.
whether it's all conditioning. So I understand what you're saying as far as cosmetics and the aesthetics of how society looks, as far as being Build-A-Bear or whatever. But in reality, it's like what are real men at? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's scary. That's really scary. And this is like how they say art imitates
Mm-hmm.
reality and reality
Mm-hmm.
imitates art and all that. Nah, 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 nah. They
Art.
letting us know this is out. This is what we see.
Yeah.
This is what we want. So we trying to prepare you and your kids,
Right.
hide your kids, hide your wife, and all that other crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They're preparing us for it, and then they continue to backdoor us with the foolishness. You know what I mean?
They
To
really
make
do.
us think that don't get me wrong, it's a choice. You know,
Yeah.
you choose how you want to be, and you're free to be however you want to be, and I applaud that. But don't push something on somebody. You know what I mean? Don't make this little boy think that he got to be a gangster. He got to go to the joint for the rest of his
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
make
Like
this little
it's
boy.
cool to do too.
Yeah, and at the same time, don't make this little boy think that the only way he gonna be successful in life is if he's a gay black man. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like don't teach our kids that stuff. That's my opinion. And don't teach this little girl the only way she gonna be something in life is if she twerking on TikTok, or the only way she gonna be something in life. The only way she gonna be something in life is if she say, "F a man, I'm gonna do it on my own." You know what I mean? It don't have to be that way, because remind everybody that they got choices. If it's about freedom, remind everybody that they got choices, though. But don't just implement one way. To
Well,
me, that's scary when I look at these commercials, because it's supposed to be artistic expression, but it's like, okay,
right.
what's the expression though?
No, when you have a small amount of people that own the television airways,
Yeah,
that's what you get. You get
that's what you
exactly
get.
what they want you to see. It pisses me off, and every fucking time I see like HIV commercials, they show
Yeah,
two black men. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, black men are not the only ones who have HIV. A whole bunch of motherfuckers got that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah.
Like,
But
don't
just
do
to be
that.
devil's advocate on that, I think a lot of black men are not getting the treatment that white men are getting. I
Mm,
think these white men, that gay white men, are getting them drugs that are keeping them alive, and these black men are not. So I'm not saying that's their intention, but per se, if you do the statistics, a lot of black men are not getting the treatment that
Right.
they
Are
should.
you saying, excuse me, are you saying that's their way of communicating and facilitating that, hey, it's
that
okay.
they
We
need to.
understand you should come here and get treatment. That's what you're
Yes.
saying?
But if you even think about back in the
That
day, how you never
that
saw
take
people.
that takes some of the sting off of it. So I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah, because think about back in the day, they never showed us in products. You know, they sold detergent, they sold everything they sold. They never had black people in these commercials, right? But somewhere along the line, some marketing index, some marketing genius
Yeah.
realized that black women over index in all of these products. Black people over index
Yeah.
in clean products, period.
Yeah.
Makeup. And the thing, why we over index in makeup? Because we could never find anything to match our skin. So we constantly
Mhm,
buying,
mhm,
trying and buying.
mhm,
And cleaning products because we were always told we were dirty because of our skin. We over index in purchasing. Even in TV, we over index in all of these things. They realized that we were the mass consumers. And so now they're catering to us because if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Shout
Shout
out
out
DJ
to
Quick.
DJ
And they're
Quick.
using hip hop to sell it. If you listen to every instrumental on almost every commercial, it's some hip hop related.
I always follow the money. Like I don't ever think because I do kind of live in an idealistic world, fairy tale and roses sometimes because it makes me feel good about life. But the reality is, I know that all the things that we see is based on dollars. It's based on money, right? They're
Dollar
looking at it,
signs.
yeah, how they can profit off of it. It's not about they really care about us, but they do see that there is a need to get more black people to invest in these HIV products.
Right.
okay. Well, I'll accept that, but I was pissed off about it.
So I mean, and then we talking about censorship. That's another thing that Erica Lachey. Again, this is a lady on Instagram. She was also talking about how she liked the fact that Elon Musk had bought Twitter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And rumor has it a lot of people aren't happy with it because Elon Musk is like it's gonna probably let Trump come back, let people
Hmm.
say whatever they want to say, and create a very toxic climate. But she wasn't with the censorship. She said she even didn't find it an issue for white people to be able to have a platform to say whatever they wanted to say negative about us, even using the N word and however whatnot, because she didn't want to be censored. So she would give them that same, respect per se in that respect. So she celebrated the fact. And might I
Hmm.
add that she's not a Biden supporter and she chose Trump over Biden if she had to
Right.
choose, but she didn't
And
vote for
she's a
either
black
one.
woman.
And
Excuse
she's
me.
a
Excuse
black
me.
woman,
So
a vegan black woman.
I hold on real quick. So Miss Trish, I want to hear what you got to say about that before I say something, because sometimes I'm long winded.
About what? Her about Elon Musk?
Censorship.
about the freedom of speech, the whole freedom of speech thing, right?
My
Because
thing
what
is,
she didn't mention is I'm gonna bring it up when what she didn't mention. Go ahead.
I do agree that freedom of speech is important. I do.
Yeah,
But what I also understand and know is the trickery and the fuckery that we have to deal with in society when shit is supposed to be equal.
yeah,
They put in shit like laws and different things like this. So unfortunately, the voice of who they want to be heard is going to be elevated, and
yeah.
the free speech voice of the ones that they want to be heard will be
Right.
elevated. The free speech voice of the ones that they don't want to be heard won't be heard. So we'll be saying what we want to say, they'll be saying what they want to say, but we're not getting heard.
Yeah,
That's what I feel about it. I do think it's important, but it's got to be an equal playing field. And it never is an equal playing field. That's why we need to quit fucking with these motherfuckers. Don't go on Twitter. Get our own fucking social media platform.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we want to talk to each other on a real free speech level.
so along with that, I want to add this. What she didn't mention, but what Elon Musk said also, he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna revamp it. Not only is he gonna promote free speech, but he's also going to remove anonymity." Y'all feel me? So that means because it's so many keyboard killers out here, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Everybody they get on their phones or on a laptop or whatever, and they just say whatever they want, and they're able to hide behind a
Hmm.
profile pic,
Hmm.
right? And it's
Twitter
like
faces.
but would you really say that if you knew I would see you in 7-Eleven or Walmart? Would you really say that if you knew that I know who you are?
That's
If I
all
knew
serious.
that you was my next door neighbor, would you really say that?
Hmm.
You probably wouldn't, because we got to
Right.
see each other when we set our trash cans out, partner.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't say that.
What you said? We set out our trash cans.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
It get real. It get real. Ain't no, yeah. It get
Yes,
real.
I was your
So would
host.
you really say what people really express how they quote unquote really feel to the masses if they knew, okay, wait a minute, everybody's gonna know that I'm saying this right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Half
Hmm.
hard, half hustle. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it get real. And that's why you separate who is and who ain't really
Hmm.
with it. People gonna tuck their tails and get out the way, or say what they gotta say, and they gonna stand on business.
So
You
you're
know,
saying he wants people to be really who they are?
he's gonna take away the fact that you cannot create an account unless you cannot hide behind
A
fake
fake
accounts,
account.
burner
Got
accounts.
you.
It's
Okay.
gonna be your government name. It's gonna be who you are. So on the flip side of that, somebody's gonna be able to Google you and be able to say, "Oh, this is such and such. They live on
Hmm.
Main Street."
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, do you really want that type of pressure? So people need to understand, yeah, it's freedom of speech. Do what you need to do, say
But
what you
it's
need to say.
consequences for the
But
shit
it's,
you
it's
say.
gonna be cut. That's my whole point.
Yeah, yeah,
So this is how I maneuver. Hey man, I do what I need to do. My daddy told me if you keep yourself in check, nobody got the right to check you.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
But so many people, they walk around and they do what they do because they feel like, or it's no consequences. There's no consequence. I can do what I want to do, and nobody gonna do nothing about it, either because they don't know it's me, or because I'm just gonna quote unquote get away with it. But imagine if there were real consequences, real penalties, like severe action for people and their actions. Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Right, right. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think it's going to limit people's confidence in themselves and the foolishness.
I
Hmm.
don't know,
They're
because
gonna they're gonna think twice. They're gonna
why
think
that
twice
lady
for the
tire still was had air in them at church.
oh well, that's because I'm a thinker though. I don't just react, I'm proactive. I
Yeah.
know who got the power. That's why I could laugh at her while she fixing her wig. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I know her
So
scalp
I
itching.
play my
Her
enemies like a game
You,
of chess while I
yeah, you
rest.
think I know her
her
scalp is
shit
itching?
was Her shit would have been
Yeah,
flat. It's consequences,
I
bitch.
know her scalp was itching. She don't know. She don't know that I needed to be in church more than her. But she figured I'm gonna just do this because there ain't no consequences. I know the pastor. I took him a banana pudding last week.
So what's her
Okay, whatever.
consequences? Nothing.
She got to deal with God about that. I'm not gonna put that stain on my hands.
I don't
I am
think
a
a lot of
changed man.
people are gonna be with the consequences,
What I'm
The
even
consequences
on
go both
Twitter.
ways, though. Like your
what no,
reaction.
but no. Okay, so now let's take this to employment. Now you have this employee. They saying all this, but they may work for an employer who has an equal opportunity policy and a non-discrimination policy, and they see all this stuff that they displaying on social media
Right.
because a lot of people they not smart enough to say, okay, I'm gonna use this email for my social media and this email for my employer, right. So they're gonna do all of that stuff, and somebody gonna find out about it. Now they crying to their union trying to get their job back because they violated their workplace policies.
Mm.
You see, it's consequences.
Yeah.
And that's like a slap on the wrist compared to seeing somebody at Walmart that's gonna burn them down.
I don't know if Elon Musk is gonna be able to censor every single like fake account.
I don't know either. All I know is I just think it's hopeful for brothers like the Honorable Minister Farrakhan,
Mm-hmm.
who keeps getting red flagged and banned from all social media sites. When only thing he just it seemed like
You
all
think
his efforts
Elon
just
Musk is gonna allow him to come back to Twitter?
that's why I say it's hopeful. That's why I say it's hopeful.
Yeah, and he's not
You
throwing rock and hide his hands either. So he's
you know
definitely a
he's
great
he's
candidate.
he's a South African whose daddy
Yeah,
was a emerald like gold mine owner back in the apartheid days.
right.
That just tells me that
Where his mindset is.
th- I'm just saying
It was
what I'm
racism in
saying.
South Africa.
I
Of
know.
course.
And
Yeah, that's a
them white
point.
folks down there who own the mining
They want to keep it like it is.
yeah, so I don't know, I'm not saying Elon Musk is this way, but I'm saying his daddy was
Yeah.
a certain way. Um and sometimes you follow what your parents kind of teach you.
The
So
apple
I
don't
don't know.
fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of man he's gonna be. I do know
Yeah.
that in Tesla there was
Yeah.
some lawsuits and stuff going on with racism and things like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what type of mindset this man is in. I don't know if he wants to. If I don't know if if the honorable Louis Farrakhan's account would be restored in Twitter.
Right. Like I said, it's being hopeful, right?
Hmm.
And just going back to what I said earlier too, you're responsible for what you know and you're gonna be held accountable for what you disclose.
Mhm.
So I think that's just it's gonna change a lot. It's gonna shift a lot because people now they have to be they're gonna have to be responsible and held accountable for what they conduct themselves on
ID
social media in public. What's
what
that?
what I there was a comment. He is not. He's South African by ID transplant. What is that? What the fuck is that? What's going on here?
That's
What happened?
our very own Jimmy Denson.
But I agree with what first caller just said as far as the censorship.
Yeah,
He would be able to put his foot down.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And also the comment that black people who like Trump, the guy who literally told the Proud Boys to hold on from killing N-words in person and on Twitter, can be traded by the delegation. I said what I said. She said
Say
what I
what I said.
she said what I said.
Yeah.
So
You
I'm
know,
sorry, I don't get that. What is that? I'm
so
slow.
basically, we're talking about Erica Lachey, which some of
Yeah.
you may not know, and I'm sorry I can't show the video. I would love to show it because she's one of them, like, she comes off as like pro-black, pro, black relationships. She's vegan, naturalist and everything, and really,
We need to
trying to
stop putting
uplift the
these
black.
vegans on a pedestal, but go ahead.
But she threw me off when she started talking about certain things. Just because I don't have to agree. I don't like to agree with everything people say. We're
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah, yeah.
individuals who are entitled to our opinion, and I
Yeah.
can learn from people that I don't necessarily agree with. But when she said that she didn't vote for neither Trump or Biden, and she said she liked Biden less that kind of threw me off. I'm like, have you
She
really been
like
doing your
Biden less than Trump?
Yes, because this woman, she spends a lot of time talking about the shot and how, what the negatives are, and using her education to validate what she feels is right or wrong about it. And so it's just like, well, do you really do your knowledge? Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not telling you need to pick one or the other, but you can't think that, that the former president, twice impeached, former I'm channeling my Sonny Hostin from The View. Twice impeached, formerly, what she said, I can't think of it all, but she reads him very well when she mentions him.
Y'all give
Um,
me a second.
like I cannot with it, I just can't. So, she threw me off with that comment, but I still try to chew up the meat and spit out the bones. So when she mentioned that, she liked the fact that Elon Musk was going to have control with his billion-dollar investment, multi-billion-dollar investment on Twitter. I'm still on the fence about it. I like what Mr. Banks is saying, is how he's gonna expose people, make people, they can't hide their hands.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
throw the
yeah.
rock, you're gonna be upfront. But I don't know how
Yeah.
easy that's gonna be to do. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
trust these
And
people.
you're
I
gonna
don't
have
trust
access to
them.
people's personal information, like their emails, their DMs. Like, I don't need people in my personal information. It's enough that you already champion with my privacy as it is. But I don't need Twitter either.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
somebody said, we can pull up on our own platforms and
Right.
do our own thing and shape it and mold it how we want, because we're the ones who pretty much make these things
Run
successful
these social,
anyway.
yeah. Fan base is black owned, and go get a fan
What is
base.
it?
Fan base, FANBASE.
Fan base, FAN base.
Snoop has a fan base. Yep,
Okay.
it's black owned. It looks really just like Instagram. So if we all go over there, then they can say whatever the hell they want to say. We can say whatever the hell we want to say. If that's how it's gonna be, we run this shit anyway. The social, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all the trends, all the latest dances, all the latest sayings, all of that. Like black people do that.
So we have an interpreter for our very own Jimmy Denson, aka Brother Man. Elon was born in South Africa, to clarify.
So he's South African.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, and Carisha saying that we can trade Erica Lachey for an urban white person. We don't need to trade her
That's
at all.
right.
You told me who they are, and that's just what it is. And
Yeah, I didn't agree with everything she said. I agreed. I did see the clip that you're talking about. I agree with a lot of stuff she said, but not everything. And there's
how
a
much is the
monthly
FIFA
fee.
fan base?
I didn't know it was a monthly
And
fee.
here's
How
the
much is
thing,
the
though.
monthly
Once
fee?
enough of us get into it, because a lot of times that's another thing, we don't invest. We're not investing in ourselves. So once enough of us get into it, it might not be as expensive, right? I started watching what was that with the Will Smith Bel Air.
Oh,
Watch
Peacock.
one of my $5, but I'm
On
like,
Peacock.
it's black, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my $5.
I like Peacock, and whoever
Yeah,
hasn't watched the
and it's a
new
lot of black shows on
Bel
Peacock. So
Air,
sometimes we got to invest in our own, and we spend more.
yeah,
It's just like going to black beauty supply stores. It's like going to small black businesses, especially like beauty supply stores. They systemically make the prices higher and give black business owners for beauty supplies in particular less access to certain products. So they have to charge us more because they don't get it at the
right,
rate that other stores will get it.
right,
Asian Americans or Asian, people who sell it to us. So
right.
it's a lot of things that come into it, and I'm not saying that's the case with this fan base, but sometimes that's we got to invest and spend
I
more,
have one, and I
and it'll
don't
be
pay a
greater
fee,
later.
so I don't know.
So that was one of the things. But then when she mentioned, still speaking on Erica Lachey, she mentioned that Biden was dead. Like, I was like, I can't. Sometimes you lose your credibility with me. Like, I'm hearing you, but then you say some off the wall stuff. Like, I know anything could be true, but I need you to back it up with facts. Come with your receipts, or don't say it.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's a lot of people who are very impressionable. Me, I don't just buy into that, but a lot of people listen and they respect you because they see you as a strong black woman and you educated because you didn't told them you got a biology degree and you good in math and you talk like you smart. So they trust what you're saying. It's just like people that watch Fox News. These people put on a suit and tie and the background looks professional. Everything looks professional. So whatever they say, they automatically believe this is fact. They don't have to go lick their index finger and flip through any book. to find out the truth. They just take their word on face value. And then I feel like that's what she's doing now. Like you kind of pushing me. So here's a clip, a man interviewing a woman who kind of piggybacks on this conversation. I'm just gonna play it. Oh, sorry. Hey, that's a jam though. I can't front on that. But here's a clip that I was listening to that kind of backs up what she was saying and what I keep hearing people talk about when it comes to Biden. Just not a whole lot of people, but just enough people to make you wonder where are they coming up with this stuff. So here's a clip, y'all. Yeah. Okay.
Is not alive right now.
No, the guy that's doing the stand-up job of trying to wake people up is an actor wearing a mask. I mean, there's several different people playing Joe Biden at this point. And when he fell up the stairs going on the airplane,
up the stairs,
I myself think that was Jim Carrey. I've heard that he was one of them.
Wait. You think that Jim Carrey was wearing a mask and was the acting president?
And being silly by falling up the stairs 3 different times.
Smoking.
James Woods also, I think, is one of the doppelganger mask wearing people.
So she thinks Joe Biden is dead, as well as Eric Lachey and some other people out there. Like, I guess the question is, why does that matter? How help me out.
Listen, I don't know. Nothing surprises me in this world that we live in right now. So I can't say for sure if he's dead or not, or if that's a clone or whatever. But my thing is, I respect the office. That's the presidency. And even if that was him, there's really not a whole bunch that the president can really do like on his own. So what are we getting at? What the president really can't do a whole bunch just by himself.
Yeah, you got to get permission.
Yeah, there's all kinds of other avenues.
Depending on what it is. You're right. Even with an executive order, because a lot of people were saying, like, why don't Biden just do an executive order to get rid of student loans? Why don't he do an executive order to get rid of the filibuster? Y'all laughing.
I'm sorry. There's a comment in the thing that that's not right. That is so wrong on so
many y'all. Hey, for real.
You gotta respect the office.
Hey, I'm on the late bus. I'm on the late bus right now. I just realized that I couldn't see the comments till just now. Right?
You did private chat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going down in the comments.
Yeah, the comments is lit up right now, man. It's funny as hell. Nigga ain't dead.
Shout out to y'all in the chat. I love y'all. I'm so interactive, so I appreciate y'all comments. Even if I can't get to them all, trust and believe. I'm glad y'all here.
That's funny, man.
So what is he saying? Joe Biden has checked out. Not for nothing, we rallied behind due to he has.
I agree with that.
He has accomplished a lot. I think they're not talking about.
Okay. Well, he need to talk about that shit.
I think he should, but that's what I don't like about
he just put in need to talk about that shit.
Hey, y'all don't think it's funny? Y'all don't think it's funny that how they are paying people to investigate where they're paying people to kind of come up with the necessity of reparations and to see if we have the money, but they hurry up and send the cash app. Wait, though, they hurry up and send the cash app to Ukraine, though. I'm just saying.
Fuck
that. And whose cash app money they using though? I'm tired of all these damn taxes they taking from me.
I just think it's funny.
Let me tell you something.
I gotta have another baby so I don't have to pay no taxes. Shit.
The
way earned income credit or what they call it,
child tax credit.
Yeah.
The way that we never forget about nothing motherfucking else.
Yeah.
We don't never forget about the way the Jewish people were, treated and they got money. We don't never forget the way the Japanese people were put in the concentration camps, and guess what? They got money. Fuck these people. Period.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what. I don't care. I'm sorry. Any Joe Biden, him motherfucking self can be watching this shit. Fuck them people. They know they owe us some goddamn money, and if they don't want to give us no money, fuck them. Like we just need to.
Nah, I'm not.
Like do
I'm
what
not
we gotta
doing
do.
this. Owe me back like you owe your tax. Owe me back like 40 acres of black. You are not going to get off the hook.
What are you gonna do if they say no?
No, we keep
like they've
fighting.
been saying for
It's not
400
years. It's not about them saying no. It's about who we put in these offices to say yes. So right now they're trying to build a committee just to at least talk about reparations. We know it's a cruel game they play with us, but it's a game nonetheless. We've been playing games since day one.
Once these people get elected and they get into this evil machine that we call politics.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The money is there. And he's saying that they don't want to give it back to Black America. Now the question is why?
True.
Follow that. Why don't they want? What is it? What is the issue? They want to keep it
even playing field.
They want to what?
I said no. Think about it. If you graduated from El Dorado, right? So if El Dorado just knew y'all was only winning because nobody in Rancho was eligible to play, but the kids who did go to Rancho, if they were eligible to play, they would have won state every year. Would you want them to go reevaluate why those kids were ineligible? You see what I'm saying? Like if you have leverage, who would want to give away leverage and say, okay, let's make it even and see what's happening?
They give leverage to everybody else. The Asian community comes in.
Hold on, but
we will fucking win.
Sell products to us, take that money out of our community, and take it back to their community.
I mean,
they qualify for loans. That's all we're saying when it comes to reparations. I'm gonna let you finish. I gotta get this off. My thing about reparations is zero interest rate. Just like you bring other people into this community, that you give them zero interest rates and you allow them to have access to small business loans to set up and home ownership and education. The same thing for us. Hell, we built this motherfucker. So that's just what it is. So, so my question still is, because you can say that about the Asian community and the other community that you've allowed to do that. You wasn't fearful of them coming in and taking over. So what is your real issue? I think it's understood.
You just gotta remember,
go in and be ruthless and just take them out for all of the damages they've done to us. We could do it. We would have been done it. Even when we in positions of power, we still respect them as humans. You know what I'm saying?
We need to stop and we need to just do what we gonna do and make it happen.
That's what I'm trying to get to, because I mean, it's like if you're already in fear of a person with their bare hands, why would you give them a weapon? You know what I mean? They ain't finna do that. They ain't about to do any of that. And because we are their biggest threats. We are the biggest threat. Why?
Crazy. Because they know some shit about us we don't know about us.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to the Moors. Y'all remember who the Moors were? Y'all know the Moors?
Us.
We got to study the Moors and then we come back and have some drinks about it. But
that on another after dark.
Yeah. But so I mean, when you think of like Mansa Musa and just think of that era, just think of when we were in power, like really, 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 really running around here. That's how you think we got people on every continent. That ain't come from being poor. That ain't come from being in servitude, right? That come from, hey, we finna pull up and wherever I land at, that's where I'm at.
We too damn nice to people.
So
quit fucking being nice.
I don't see them shifting anything, especially money. I don't see them shifting any money or any credit.
But you don't see it, don't mean they're not gonna do it. Like I said, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. We didn't see them giving us our freedom. We didn't see them giving us our civil rights. We didn't see that.
My point is
into fruition.
I know, but what I'm saying, my point is, when it comes to freedom, and we want to look at freedom for what it really is, like we got to be free of depending on them to not censor us on Instagram. We got to be free of that. So what does that mean?
I agree.
Build your own platform. Whatever we got to do. We got to be free of them saying, hey man, you only can get 5 cases of water at Costco. Okay, so we'll build our own grocery stores. We got to start buying from our own black farmers. You see what I'm saying? Like when we become really self-sufficient,
We all we
that's
got.
freedom. That's freedom. That was a huge threat, and not only Tulsa, but Rosewood, Greenwood. It was a couple communities and towns that they actually burned down because these people were really free, and they wasn't even barely 40 years out of slavery.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like they was balling compared to a lot of they, a lot of other people around them. You see what I'm saying? They
the
was balling.
resilient ass people.
We are
And if we do
survivors.
what we gotta
Yeah.
do, we can get to where we gotta go. Period. I don't care what nobody say. We could do this shit.
Yeah, we could do it. We just gotta trust each other. If it ain't no communication, it ain't no understanding. We gotta be able to trust each other. We gotta be able to say, hey, you know, and not only just trust my word, but I gotta be accountable. I gotta be reliable. I can't just say, hey man, yeah, let me hold that. I'm gonna pull it. Nah, I gotta actually supply what I said I was gonna supply.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Period.
And then the cold part about the farmers is even that the black farmers are shrinking at a high rate. I mean, you watch the, you know, shows like, you know, on OWN, what is it called? It's just my mind right now, but
Queen Sugar.
Queen Sugar. That's
Yeah.
what
Oh yeah.
you know, you remember black farmers were sold seeds that didn't reproduce, where they had to go back to the white man to have them processed and then buy them back at a higher rate to be able to plant and reuse
Of
them.
course.
That's what I'm saying. The trickery and the fuckery.
It is real. It is planned out, and it's what it is. But like I said, it is a game, and unfortunately, we have to play into it, and that's just what it is. You know, just bringing it back full circle. Shout out to first caller. He says, meanwhile, women's rights are under attack. It's a fact, though. You know, it's not messy. It's true. Like we the mothers of the earth. Like nothing comes here. And I'm not saying we don't need a sperm to make a human, because you need a sperm and an egg. But we bake these babies. You know what I'm saying? We carry them. Y'all trust them to bring them to life, and that's how y'all make it here. You know what I'm saying? If it was just sperm, you wouldn't make it. If it was just, you know, us ovulating, you wouldn't make it. But for us to be able to carry a child and bring it into this world and rear it and bring it in, you know, to become an adult, and this is how you treat us.
But I mean, even in that conversation right there, like I was saying earlier, even in that conversation right there, it's still divide and conquer, because they say, okay, we're gonna throw this out there. It's a distraction. You might be on the right track, but you could be going in the wrong direction, right? You can't be discouraged unless you first distracted, right? So now you got 100 women that's standing up like, yeah.
Mhm.
But if 80 of them white and 20 of them black, where you think the power going to?
Mm-hmm. Where is it going?
Right with their husbands.
They're gonna draw the line and be like, well, wait a minute. They're gonna call a pecking order and be like, well, hold on, y'all over here, we over here. These are our views. They're gonna start breaking it down to the molecular structure.
That's how that shit go. That's how the feminist movement got hijacked. That's how affirmative action got hijacked.
Yeah,
all that shit be getting hijacked by white women.
And that's what they do. They come in and infiltrate. They act like they're our friends, but really they're our enemies. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you have the what is it, the mothers of the Confederate, the women of the Confederate. They support their husbands and their sons by any means necessary, because regardless of what it means to them to be oppressed white women, you know, what was it saying? You can let the lowest white man think that he's better than the greatest black man, and he will empty his pockets for you, basically. So as long as you let him know that he's greater than something else. So these low, poor people who are on the same level as a lot of us, middle class, low class, you know, uninsured, no health insurance, you know, a lot of the things that we're struggling with as black people, a lot of white people are struggling with, that don't matter to them. They'll stay on the bottom as long as you tell them they can keep us oppressed, that they can keep us down and with them, because that's the crab effect. They think it's a black on black when it comes to the crab effect, which isn't a real thing, but just to use it, you know, for sake of conversation, the crab effect is white people trying to keep other poor people down. It don't matter what they look like, but we all in the same freaking boat. You know, when you look at it, the rich is profiting off of the poor, period. It ain't about white people profiting about black. The rich are profiting off the poor.
Yeah. Like what the lady was saying, I forget her name, but the one we were talking about just a minute ago, who who was talking about the Pope
Erica
and all of
Lachey.
that.
Yeah.
So she was saying how they pander to us, when it's election season, in which they do, but that's what made the orange dude, Chester Cheetah, that's what made him so successful, because he reached out and he pandered to the forgotten people, who the other squeaky clean politicians who they overlooked. And he pandered to them and made them think that, hey, the reason why you're living in that trailer with the bad sewage is because this black man got your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he played off the emotions and got them all riled up. And y'all seen what they did
And
on
half
January
of
6th.
America. Oh my God. And they really think they did that, like, morally, like, in their right morals and right mind and right everything. And they believe
Hold
they
on, excuse
believe
me,
that.
Miss Trish. I just wish I was top flight security for one day in this world.
With your flashlight?
I wish I was top flight for one day. Oh yeah, I would have ran out. Reload, because I would have been knocking his face in the paint for real. For real.
It's so sad.
But I give props to the brother. He did what he felt like he needed to do. He worked himself out that situation, and they still trying to demonize him. But yeah, I would have been with an empty clip.
Yeah.
For real. And all in the name of patriotism. Yep.
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 I agree with
protecting the government building.
first
I
call.
would have been protecting democracy. Real spill. Soak it up.
They don't believe in
At the end of the day, if there had been black people out there, it wouldn't have even went down like that. I mean, there would have been a lot of black people
They
spread out.
wouldn't have gave a fuck about
out
the Capitol. They would have bombed that motherfucker.
You see what happens when we walk up and be like, "Hey, are you harassing this man? You pulled him over for a traffic ticket. Why are you beating him up?" And that person, the person with the cell phone, get beat up. And this is just a cell phone. These people had spears. These people jump out their car with 45s on them, and they get wrestled to the ground. The pistol get taken from them, and they take him to jail and say he needs a mental health evaluation. You know what I mean? So I think about y'all too, right? I know this is off subject, but I think about y'all too, and I think about Sandra Bland, rest in peace, right?
Ooh, that was a game changer for me.
That story really hurt.
I saw myself in her 100%.
It really hurts my heart. You know what I mean? It really hurts my heart. I think I saw a behind the scenes kind of thing on Netflix about it, and it gave more detail to what was going on with her, and it hurts. It hurts me, and I'm a grown man. I'm man enough to admit that right there, it bothered me. You know what I mean? But like I say, and y'all come to mind when I think of her, because I know how strong y'all are, how outspoken y'all are, and how about y'all people and y'all rights y'all are. And I love y'all and I respect y'all for that. At the same time, like my mama used to tell me when she know I'm leaving the house, and I wasn't always a law-abiding citizen, but my mama told me, she said, "Boy, just make it home." You know what I mean? Just make it home. So that's the message I want to get across to everybody else too. Yeah, we know our rights. We know what's up. We know when we've been done wrong or whatever, but sometimes we just got to make it home, and then we'll fight the fight. We'll fight the fight on paper. You know what I mean? We'll fight the fight on paper, because if we ain't ready to burn them down right then and there, they're gonna get us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we gotta figure out a way to just, okay, whatever, go along with it, fight the fight on paper. Get the badge numbers. If you got the incident report or the arrest report or the citation, their badge number and their name, their first initial and their last name is gonna be on there, and we use that and we move forward there. You know what I mean? But if we ain't ready to go all out right there, don't even take it there. Don't even.
You're right. You're right on so many levels.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just tell you, I've had incidences before Sandra Bland with police officers, and I've cussed them motherfuckers 100% out, like talking about their mother, the whole 9 yards. I swear.
Yeah.
After Sandra Bland, I'm still not nice to them, because I got a ticket the other day, like last week. A speeding ticket. And I was really
Did you
nice.
see?
I was like, sir, can I please just get a warning today? I'm right around the corner from my doctor's appointment and I'm running
Yeah,
late. So he
yeah,
told me, he was like, well, I'll be really quick in writing your citation. So that pissed me off.
yeah,
So
yeah,
once
yeah.
he gave me that citation back, I don't even know what he said. I just took it, threw it on the ground, and was like, okay, I'm late, bye. And I left. And I
You
thought
should have just
about
chewed it
Sandra.
up and spit it out like a spitball at him.
I swear, I thought about Sandra Bland then, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get this under control because I still don't have it together. Like,
Yeah,
I really don't like them motherfuckers at all. I
yeah,
don't. And so I need help. My
yeah.
yes, I have a temper,
She
and I
acknowledges
need to
E3.
get
She
it
needs
You
help.
together.
don't, but and
Y'all
that's the
pray for
thing.
me.
That's the thing. We don't. I'm not here. I don't embrace my enemies and all that stuff, but I know how to coexist. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I look at them, I see what's up, and I see them, and I be like, I know what's up. You see what I'm saying? And I know, again, it's about timing. You feel what I'm saying? Now, and that's all I'm gonna say on this platform. It's just about timing, man.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
and you got a doctor's appointment right now. Ain't the time. You know what I
You
mean?
right.
If
You
I
right.
if we's in a dark alley somewhere and you trying to get your car keys together and I'm walking up behind you right now, is probably the time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely
I'm
rather
just
you come home, be safe and sorry, and I'm not going to look at you
make it
less than a
home.
man.
Make it
I'm
to
going
your
to look at
doctor's
you more of a
appointment
man.
on time and whatever. But just make it home because they fresh from Afghanistan and Baghdad. Like they fresh on these streets,
And their
fresh from the
parents
wars
home with
going.
these impressions about who we are
And
as people that are lies,
they already got these preconceived notions and they're ready. They're
propaganda.
ready. And some of them they might just be from the sticks somewhere like in Oklahoma, Nebraska. So they didn't go to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing they know, they just grew up saying, oh, these people, they will kill us. You know what I mean? So and every man, woman, and child is a target on them. They don't care if you're from the East Coast, West Coast. They don't care. They don't care that you got a degree. They don't
Right.
care that you light skin, you dark skin. They don't care you hopping out of Lexus. They don't care. In
And
their minds, they're like, I'm going to terminate you.
yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it's a
So
lot of hate in the world.
Pray for me, like for real, because my
yeah,
attitude sucks
Will do.
towards them. For real, it's not right. It sucks, and it don't help that I have my CCW. I be what I'm sorry. I be ready. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
But make it home though. You know what I
You
mean?
right. You
Because
right.
that's also on foul. So that's how they walking up to your window too. That
Yeah.
and so and if he had a partner with him, he would have walked up to your window halfway, and the other one come from the passenger side, ready. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
and then like roll all your windows down. Or you like okay, one saying don't move, the other one saying do this, and they're
And
giving
they
you
know you got that
conflicting.
license.
They're giving you conflicting commands, and then
Right.
that way when they do whatever they want to do, they can say, "Well,
Right.
he didn't listen, or she didn't
Right.
listen." They
Right.
didn't. They were not in compliance. I said, "Don't move," but the other one not gonna put in the report. I said,
Right.
"Do." I said, "Open your door."
Right.
So, because I've been in those situations where they try to play me, and I just say, "You know what? I'm not gonna do nothing, man. Y'all just,
Yeah.
you know."
Yeah.
I got bail. I know I got bail money. I'm good. You see what I'm saying?
And don't worry, because there are new attorneys that come out. I can tell you off mic that will shrink your ticket to a parking ticket. So get the speeding ticket and go home. To me, I look at that as
got it,
money.
so I'm gonna
It's just
call
money.
you.
I don't even lose sleep about money no
I got
more.
the
It's
ticket.
just money.
Yeah.
You can make that shit again for sure. Like money. Like I'm not rich. Like,
Yeah.
but it's just money. It's money. Like you can make it again. And like I said, it's ways around it. You know, you get a ticket, you go see the judge, you go smile at him. He might, go ahead and reduce it to a parking ticket. It's not worth getting mad over. Some stuff to get mad over is stuff you can't change. That you can change. And if you can't, so what? It's just money. You can make it again. It's just money. And for the men, like, just to piggyback on what Mr. Banks is saying is, I salute you and I respect you for coming home. Like, I don't look at you no less because
Make it
you
home. Yeah.
worked yourself out of a situation. We know how hard it is for you because you know who you are. Look, I wasn't always this calm person. I'll be ready to give somebody a 2-piece and a biscuit and in a minute, without a question, but I learned what was valuable to me and what my time meant to me. So I kind of evaluate what's important to me, and I reserve 2 pieces and biscuits for people who really, really need to get fed. You know what I'm saying? Some people just need to feed their ego. So let them have that moment. They can have that moment. You're still in the movement, and you can handle that later. It's just money. So I respect all the men who come back home, to their families, because that's what's most important to us, is to see your faces again for as long as we can, God willing.
Yeah.
So just it's been a great show. We talked about a lot of important things, but we talk about some shit that matters, some shit that don't, on In Your Ear Radio After Dark, and we get some stuff off our chest. And I'm just grateful for you guys for being here and just being a support and sharing your thought and adding to the conversation.
Can I add one fun fact
Yeah.
before in 2018, Elon Musk's dad had a child with, or excuse me, I think either he had a child with or married his stepdaughter. I'm sorry, that's just a little fun fact, but
He had
a
his
child with or married his stepdaughter.
his dad married his stepdaughter.
And
Oh,
so that's Elon Musk's sister. So his sister.
They keeping it in the family for real, huh?
Yeah. So all I'm saying is some stuff ain't right over there. But okay, that's all I wanted to say. But
It's never right. That inbred stuff. That's what's wrong with society now. It's a lot of inbreds out here that are in positions of power.
I related Popeyes and churches. Popeyes, duh.
He said Popeyes and churches. Wait, what the lady said at the they interviewed her and asked her were a lot of let me try to get it together. They asked her were a lot of Popeyes affected during the I don't know, the riots or something happened. She said, I don't know. Or the churches, but the church, she said she don't know. Anyway, I done messed up the joke, so never mind. That's what I should have did, pull it up on some jokes. I wanted to do some games with you guys, but we'll do that next time because we really stressed out.
Churches. Them chicken breasts be too big at churches. I don't know what the hell that
I
is.
don't get the
That's not chicken.
If you think about it, that's like the 90s. That's how it was in the 90s. Everybody had equal breasts, right? Everybody had D cups. Now all of a sudden they busting them in half. I think we should do it. I think we should call an investigation, like Darcy Spears or somebody.
On the chicken.
There's some dirty dining going on.
Ain't none of this food real.
Y'all got to be careful while they worried about the woman's womb. They need to be worried about this food. That lets you know they don't really care about you. They just want to control shit. Because they be hollering at the FDA. A lot of this food's causing cancer. The stuff that they allow people to ingest. And then, they let these pharmaceutical companies charge us big money. Not even get well just to maintain. They had breast implants, facts. Total facts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Straight up implants. All right, y'all, it's been great.
Wait. Are you trying to say what y'all finna do?
Listen, we can hang out. We still got people on the line.
You ain't gotta go, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
I don't want to wear out my welcome with my fam.
Yeah, it's all good.
We got it all off our chest. Y'all got something else y'all want to say before we get up out of here? Y'all got something else y'all think people need to know before we leave?
I'll let y'all go first.
No, we all we got, y'all. We gotta get this thing together. We gotta stop talking about killing and all this stuff in our hip hop music, and we gotta stop talking about doing each other dirty. We really got to get on some unity shit, like for real. It's not cool the way we acting, because that's not in our nature. You know what I mean? Like we're not built like that. And so what we're doing is we're settling, a certain type of behavior for money, and we gotta stop doing it because we got money. We got our own money. We just gotta channel it right. We gotta spend it right.
Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say.
Okay,
yes, drink work. Good moms. The bad moms suck.
Don't they got a movie called Bad Moms or something?
They do.
Yeah, grapes were $99, now they $6.99. Because they weigh more,
Or eat air. What you gonna season it with? You gonna season it with air?
Grapes. Oh Lord! All right, Mr. Banks, what you got to say?
Oh, shit. Hey, progress is still a process. To stay at it. Stay at it, man. Keep building. We need to get together and really talk money. Really talk money, talk credit. And ain't nothing to be ashamed of. I didn't seen it all. I've been guilty of most of it. So, I ain't it ain't nothing to be embarrassed about in front of me, approaching me or whatever. But yeah, we need to empower one another and we need to build for real, for real. And that's where our power gonna come from, dealing with each other and building with each other. That's really freedom right there.
That's what's up. So I just want to reiterate what I've said on many shows, just from personal experience. I just want to encourage you all to keep gratitude in your attitude because it's the antidote. You might not be having the best day, the best life, the best experiences, but if you can just thank God for whatever is good, because it's always something, right? Then it kind of helps, it takes the edge off of what you're going through. So I would just definitely encourage you to be grateful and thank God for grace in your life experiences, regardless of what you're going through. Because I know it's a lot, because trust and believe I'm going through it. And then I'm going to leave y'all with this quote, give y'all something to think about if y'all want to do some research. Who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Quran? And what is a lightning storm that gave birth to the earth and then dinosaurs were born? Who made up words? Who made up numbers? And what kind of spell is mankind under? Everything on the planet we preserve and can it, microwave it, and try it. No matter what, we'll survive it. What's you? What's man? What's human? Anything along the land we consuming, eating, deleting, ruin. Trying to get paper. Gotta have land, gotta have acres. So we can sit back like Jack Nicholson and watch brothers play the game like the Lakers in a world full of 52 fakers.
Are we supposed to guess the author or what? What's happening?
No, that's Nasir Jones.
Oh, okay.
Listen to that song, y'all. Y'all get a chance. Listen to Patience. That's off Distant Relatives with
Oh yeah,
Marley.
Ziggy Marley.
Yeah.
Is it Ziggy? No,
Damien.
Damien Marley. Yeah.
So yeah, but I think there's a lot of jewels in what he said, and a lot of jewels in what Damien said on that. And so, I just want to give you some food for thought and just let you know that I love and appreciate y'all for tuning in Your Ear Radio After Dark with my day one cruise.
What up?
We up out of here. I hope y'all have a good, safe evening. Stay COVID free. It's 1 million people that have died from COVID, y'all. Plus, he's still in the chat. We ain't gonna get
What
up out of here.
wait, what they talking about?
Yeah, they so disrespectful in the chat, man.
But wait. Speaking of the Lakers, though, are y'all watching Winning? The Dynasty of the Lakers?
No, ma'am.
My God, that shit is crazy. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna get on it though.
Magic Johnson was a motherfucker.
But see, I think he trying to pull it because he got his own. He trying to present on Apple or something like that. Like he got his own documentary put together. But what he don't realize is real fans, they're gonna watch both.
They're gonna watch both. We're gonna watch both. Don't pull that.
I'm gonna check it out though. I'm gonna check it out.
If you can watch it, sis, I know you gotta go pee. Tomorrow you full of water. He's talking about gangster music. I don't kiss him knowledge. He's gonna talk some gangster music. I feel you though.
Yeah.
I see your weakness, like my baby is out. I see your weakness. I feel your weakness.
Shout out to Rilla, man. Shout out to Rilla.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I love you guys and have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Y'all
okay?
too. Shout out to the good moms and happy Mother's Day to all y'all.
The good mom, bad moms, y'all still have an opportunity to get it together. You still have an opportunity. Just look in the mirror and change those things that you see are bad. It's okay.
They don't see.
Perfect.
They don't see.
Why you
listen
bullshit?
To the people? They don't see.
Gotta keep hope alive. Gotta heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire.
Bitches need to get their life together. Get your
Say
life.
That, put that on repeat.
But heal the world, or what she said.
No, you bitches get the motherfucking life straight, man.
And just get your life together. Hey, you fucking up them kids. You fucking up the kids. Okay.
Oh Lord, yeah, get your life together and don't be a bad mom. Don't be a bad mom.
Don't be a bad mom.
Right.
He said bad mamas will talk to y'all on Monday. Damn.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No
Yo, no,
conversation on Sunday.
And the stepmamas, don't be doing y'all kid, don't be doing your man's kids bad. Shit.
Yeah.
When
These
you
kids
get with
have-
him, you
they
take
show
on them
asking for you to
goddamn
be their
kids.
stepmama.
yeah,
Shit.
that's funny, man.
Fuck them
Yeah,
bad
that's just
stepmamas
cold.
too.
Shit.
All right, in real life, we getting out of here.
We out.
All right, love y'all.
Yeah, I gotta go brush my teeth.
Love y'all.
All right, love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.